much for coming. Thank you so much for coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my live stream. It is another Wednesday. Is this becoming a tradition? Wednesdays for live stream. Hopefully. Welcome to my live stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for waiting for me, Vera. Vera, thank you so much for waiting for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? How's your day going? How is everybody doing? Compliments of the season to everyone. Compliments of the season. How is it going? Decorations, shopping, and all that good stuff that comes with Christmas. Good evening, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Greetings to you. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Vera. Vera, I was trying to give you a badge. I don't know how to give badge here because thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how to give badge here. I don't know. Probably do that when I use my normal live stream. Hello, be yourself, Dynasty. Thank you so much for coming. Hello, be yourself. Hello, Lady Harriet. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much. Hello. How is everybody doing? Thank you, Vera. I'm doing great, my dear. I'm doing great. How are you doing too? How are you doing? Thank you guys so much. Hi, Dynasty from Vera. Hi, Vera from Dynasty. Yes, I'm doing great. Thank you, guys. Thank you to everyone who has shown up for me today. Please, so let me just do the subscribe to my channel if you haven't, please. Please share this video if you have a community so people can come around. Please, if you have a community, share this video, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you have a community, please share. Thank you guys. How's everyone doing? Hi, I'm doing great, Vera. I'm doing great. How are you? How are you doing? Hope you've been having a good day. Prepping for baby girl's birthday must be exciting. Hi, Fatima. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you. Harriet, I'm doing great and you okay? Yes, everybody's doing fine and that's amazing. That's good. Thank you to everyone who is here. Thank you. Hi, Harriet from Vera. Thank you to every person that is here. Everyone that is here, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Hi, Vera. How are you? Hello, everyone. So, guys, Fatima shared my live stream. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fatima. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fatima, for sharing my live stream out. Thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you. Oyoyo, I like this your name. It makes me feel like. Thank you so much for showing up, sis. Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you. Compliments of the season to everybody. Compliments. Who is excited like me? I don't know. It's beginning to feel like Christmas. So yes, compliments of yes. Thank you so much, Fatima. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Hi, Oyoyo from Vera. Hi, from the house. Hi, Rosie. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Harry. Thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful. So yes. Okay. Be yourself. Share done. Oh, thank you so much, Vera. Thank you so much, class prefect. I'm trying to give you this. I can't. I don't know how to do it on this StreamYard. So, guys, let's just get right into the gist I have today. Oh, you're excited. That's good. That's good. It's been an amazing year. So yes, yo shared my live stream. Thank you. Thank you. Then I live for the first time. Okay, Dynasty. Harriet has a question for you. So yes, thank you, sis. Oh, yo. Docky's Kitchen for sharing my live stream. Yeah, I saw it. I just saw it. I'm going to reply everybody after this chat. Thank you so much, sis, for sharing my live stream. I'm so grateful. I'm thankful. Thank you. Yes, virtual hug from Fatima to everyone in the live stream. So, guys, like I said, let's get right into it. I'm going to drop a link so that if you want to come join into this conversation, you actually can do that. So, the gist today is I think a couple of days ago, I'm sure that if you're Nigerian, you must have heard that our almighty Ikoyi marriage registry right now, if you got married at Ikoyi marriage registry, that if your certificate is bearing Ikoyi marriage registry, that it begins to look like you're not married anymore. You're single and searching. You're so single. And it's funny, but it's not funny because I saw somebody who said that she's married for 15. In fact, people who are married for so many years, and all of a sudden, they are no longer married in the eyes of the law. Okay, Vera says let's connect. Yes, yes, yes. Connect with Vera. Hello, Sandra. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, thank you guys so much. Hey, everyone in the house from Sandra. Hi, beautiful Nanya. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much for joining me. Thumbs up done. Thank you. Please thumbs up for the host. Yes. Hi, Sonia, my fellow village woman, my co-village woman. Thank you so much, Sonia, for joining. Don't mind them. They put up a communique about that. Yes, they did. So there's like a whole um, letter and all that going around that there all the marriages that happened or were contracted, if that's the right word to use. Nana shared my video. Thank you. Right now, those marriages never happened. Let me use that word. So now my question is that as you can see in the title, when is marriage legal? Is it like a traditional marriage or your religious marriage, maybe in the mosque or in the church, or your court marriage, that's a civil wedding. You understand? So now, and it's just a lot because if we want to calculate the number of people who have gotten married at Ikoyi, that means una plenty will never marry. So we that are still married, raise your hand. If you know you're no longer married, raise your hand, though. So it's not really funny because also what is it saying? It's saying that if, for instance, you have any, let's say people who are going through or supposed to go through like a divorce process or anything, and maybe it could have gone well. Now the tendency might not go well because you don't have a court certificate or a court marriage certificate. So let me know your thoughts on this topic. What do you think? Or when do you think a marriage is legal? Do you think when do you think a marriage is legal? Do you think that it is when it is done traditionally or in church or in a mosque, as in religiously, or um, civil? That's the court wedding. Yeah. Oh my God, you guys are welcome, everyone. Hello, Anna. Welcome to the live stream, sis. Thank you so much. Traditional marriage is illegal marriage. Are you sure, sis? Traditional marriage is illegal marriage. I have a thought on this because, okay, let me just read comments. I'm going to come back to that. I don't forget. My hustler. Okay, yeah. Welcome, guys. If I don't read your message, I'm sorry. I'm just going to highlight if I can. The only downside that no certificate issue doing exactly that is the downside of traditional marriage. Okay, now why I feel like even though this is like saying you are married, the traditional marriage is amazing. It is the traditional, like paying homage to your parents, and you know, it is like the normal, like the marriage. You understand? Sorry, I'm distracted because I'm looking at something. Okay, I'm fine now. So, okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm back. Yes, so basically, one of the downside, no certificate, apart from that certificate stuff, Nanya, another thing you will look at is the fact that, for instance, you are married to somebody for so many years, like people who have been married here for so long in Ikoyi, you understand? Now, they are no longer married in the eyes of the law. What it means, traditional marriage allows men to marry more than one wife. You understand? But like if you're doing like a court marriage, the court recognizes only one woman, one man. So let's assume that something happened, let's say something happens to one of the, or let's say to the man, which is like the normal thing that happens, not normal, which is like something that we experience a lot in Africa. Like when maybe it comes to the man's property, when the man is no more, you know what happens to a lot of women. They don't even see anything. Family members might just come and say, this is our brother's own. But you know that if that person had like a court certificate, you can take it to court and court can do one or two things. And, you know, there can even be orders. Then nobody will take your spouse's property from you. But with traditional marriage and all the thing that goes on, it's very possible that they will take everything that your husband owned, or that you two owned when the person was alive and all that. So that is, this is not only the downside for me, like they're just a lot. So yeah, please, you guys can call in. I think both marriages are important as they have different purposes. Yes, they do. Vera, what we're saying is that, like, oh, Vera is not even from Nigeria. There is a popular court in Nigeria that used to wed almost all the Nigerians, and now there's what they call it, a letter was put out saying that all the marriages that have been contracted in that court are not valid. So basically, if you were married in that court, you are not married. So that's what we're saying now. Traditional is legal. Traditional is not the legal marriage. You'll be yourself. Traditional marriage is traditional marriage. Legal marriage is the one that happens inside court. That is the civil marriage. Traditional marriage is not legal marriage. Why do you say it's legal marriage? Please, the link is going to be here. Anybody that wants to call should call and talk, so that I will not talk today and tired. Okay, Oyoyo says yeah. Okay, my husband is so interested in this topic. He says that traditional marriage is legal in tradition. According to tradition, is legal. Talk, they can hear you. So religious marriage is legal in religious settings. Yeah, but civil marriage, which is the court marriage, yeah, is, yes, it's legal in government. You guys, hello sis, welcome to the live stream. Okay, so another thing my husband is adding, my husband is saying that you cannot use one to get judgment in the other. So basically, if you are married traditionally, you cannot use it to get judgment in court. And if you are married in court, you cannot use the court system to get judgment in. Okay. See, we have co-hosts that will not talk. You don't want to come and talk, let them hear your voice. Hello, beautiful. Welcome to the live stream. So let people talk, because I'll just be highlighting the messages in the chat so it will not get lost. So let me let people who have come to visit my beautiful house. You guys, take the floor.
Hello,
take the floor. Everybody, I can hear you.
Hello. Hello,
hello
everyone.
Bring the rice, I beg. All the good food, Rosie. I see you cooking all the good food and having good time. Please, I'm in your house.
We are plenty. Thank you so much, Victorious.
I've come for early Christmas.
Yeah, compliment of the season.
Yeah. So I just saw the topic you put, right? And the fact is that it differs from, I've come to realize that it differs from nation to nation, even in Africa.
Okay.
Because traditional marriage is mostly in Africa. So it differs. I know people from Liberia. I'm in Canada. And I got to understand that people from Liberia, when they get married traditionally, they give them marriage certificate traditionally. And it's legal. They can use it to sponsor their spouse. Because I know somebody who is in the US who send the brother to go marry a wife for him. Like, you know how you are abroad and somebody go represent you at the traditional marriage, right? And then the person was like, oh, I'm already, after a week, the person was like, I'm already putting an application for my wife. I'm like, how? You didn't meet with the person to sign the a legal court marriage. How are you putting in application for your wife? So apparently in Liberia, when you do traditional marriage, they give you a certificate, which is legal, and they can use it even internationally. It is legal.
Oh, that's
so
good. That's
so some countries, traditional marriage is legal marriage for them. They don't need any other courts or anything again. And when I find out why that is the case, they said because years back, men would just take women, pay bride price, and they won't go to the court. Then after a while, they will put them aside and say, oh, after I didn't marry you. And the woman will be like, oh, you married me, I didn't marry you. There is no receipt that you paid bride price. There is no proof, right? So women were being abandoned and mistreated, even when they were traditionally married, just because there was no legal grounds. The woman could not do anything. So now they decided to start giving them certificate, even if you are just traditionally married, which is legally binding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
some countries,
That makes a lot of sense. So, like right now in Liberia, can one man with that traditional certificate can he marry more than one wife?
that one I have not asked. I haven't asked. I'm gonna. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm
in
gonna find out.
Africa, polygamy is
Okay,
something that is
let me
plenty.
come in here.
Oh yes.
Traditional marriage is a legal marriage, is recognized in Nigerian courts. For people overseas, they might not recognize our traditional marriage as marriage because they're trying to, like, the English law, which is the common law that is guiding Nigeria, is trying to supersede almost everything. So they will ask you for marriage certificate from a court of law. But in Nigeria, the traditional marriage is recognized in the court. You don't need a certificate to prove that you're married. You just need witnesses. We don't have legal documents for our customs. That oral customs and is recognized in court. Their norms and traditions are recognized in court. In Nigeria family law, once you do a traditional marriage, there will be a presence of a kola nut and a palm wine, and the head of household, the families, both families are witnesses to that marriage, and that gives you the full right of the law. The issue of polygamy and monogamy are different in this issue because African custom, you can marry as many as you can feed or something like that. But in the Islamic tradition, you can only marry 4 wives in Nigeria Islamic law. You're allowed to marry 4 wives, and these are all recognized in the court of law. You don't need certificate for any of these things I'm talking about. If you want to prove it in court, it's still provable because there is a norm, there is custom guiding that particular community or guiding the families involved. If you take example, Arochukwu, for example, you marry someone from Arochukwu, you presented all the marriage rights. Those marriage rights are what you're going to use in the court of law as your evidence. Okay, on the day I went to marry Miss A from Mr. Mazi Okeke's home, I took in my 2 brothers from my family to go to Mr. Mazi Okeke's home. We presented kola nut, we presented palm wine. There were presents. We met the family. They read us their rights, which we bought all those things and presented to them. They received and thanked us. Some people accept bridal prizes for evidence. But these days, our parents are beginning to feel, no, I don't want to accept bridal prizes because I'm not selling my child. Just treat my daughter well. That's all you need to do for us. And because he made those utterances, those things are noted and recognized. Elders can bear witnesses, so we don't need certificate. Then for the court marriage we are talking about and the Ikoyi thing, the judge that gave that judgment is coming from the constitutionality of that particular registry. That the constitution did not give that particular registry the right to issue licenses.
Sorry, so Vera, this is the explanation to your question, Vera. Vera was asking what happened. So Vera, this is the response. This is the answer to your question. Okay.
So what I want to understand here, before that particular Ikoyi registrar was established, there must have been an addendum that gave right to establishing it. It didn't just fall from the thin air. There were other things they would have looked into, and then before they establish it, those they are going to ravel to find out how they got the authority to establishing that. The communique that they put out saying that the marriage is still valid, they are going to ravel all of those to find out if at all they had the right to give marriage licenses or not. But Nigerians, we love drama. Everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to be noticed. We want to trend because the more you click on my page, the more I get noticed by Instagram.
Yeah.
All of them saying, so I'm now baby daddy and baby mama. I was reading it, I was laughing. Because they are married. If they like, they should trend with the trending issues. It all suits everybody's pocket at the end of the day. But they are still married. They are legally married. If they did traditional marriage, is legally accepted in Nigerian court of law. If they went to churches to formalize the marriage, as far as the church is concerned, in law, is formalization of marriage is not even recognized as per the legal thing. What is recognized as the legal thing? Your traditional marriage in Nigerian court of law and the registry. In the US, the church is not even recognized as the marriage. So far you have your registry done, you are married. You understand? So we should stop thinking, hey, no, Nigerians love drama, okay? This thing should not be overemphasized. They should just quiet down, or rather keep enjoying the fame and keep enjoying the clouds we are all chasing to get views. We understand that, okay? So they shouldn't overflog this thing. That's my point of view. And the reason why I'm talking as also as a lawyer. I have a law degree from Nigeria, so I know all of these things. You understand? So they shouldn't come and say, hey, no. Those things are recognized. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you know why this traditional marriage thing is like very, I don't know, like I talk about it a lot too, is because I understand that it is a form of marriage and it's legal, like you said, like it is recognized in the court of law. You've also said that. But I'm saying that, you know, that in Africa, polygamy is an issue, you understand, which is one of the reasons why people actually go to do civil marriages. I think that's one of the points. People are saying because we want to travel. How many people are traveling? You understand? Most people do it because of this polygamy stuff. You understand? So now, if traditional marriage is recognized, if, for instance, a man, you know that in traditional marriage you can actually marry 3 women, 4, even in Igbo culture. You understand? You can marry that much. So what happens when you go to court with all those wives? What happens? Which one would the court favor? Would the court favor all of them? Would the court recognize all of them? What happens?
Definitely, such situations you go to customary court. And what precedent is customary court? We still have customary court in Nigeria.
Yeah, we do.
So if you're married to 3 women and all of them are recognized, no one is superseded. No one is the superior to the other. No, both of them are recognized. The only way you have issue there, if assuming the man, when he married the first wife, married him in court and said, okay, fine, this is where I want us to be married. That means he's going towards the common law practice, which is the English law practice. All these things, we are throwing away our traditions and custom. You understand? I'm not here to we should still imbibe in what we have. For the fact that I did not go to registry to marry my husband does not mean he's going to marry 20 women. No. Sometimes I feel insecurity is what is building up in our women, that they are feeling so scared. My mother and my father, they got married in 1959. My father married 1 wife. Despite the pressure his mother put on him when my mother was having kids, because my mother started having girls. And then at some point, she had the first one, boy. Then the 3 girls, my grandmother went and brought another woman. The woman stayed in the house, so my father refused to come to the village. She practically lived with the woman. When she got tired of living with the woman, because her son refused to come and visit, the woman left. My mother had another son, and then girls. They married, and the woman brought another. This is a woman doing that, brought another wife. So eventually, if you look at it in the history of my father, they brought 3 wives after my mother. But that did not make him to marry them. So you're laughing. It's true. So one of the wives they brought for my father ended up marrying my uncle, my father's younger brother. Because my father got tired. You know what? Okay, your son is still single. And they said, no, that one is too young. He's not even up to 23. Say marry wife for him. You want children, right? One place. Marry. That was how my uncle ended up having a wife. Even before he turned 25. I'm talking about a lot. In fact, my uncle's first child was born 1971. So this is not a new joke. This has been happening. So for the fact that they did not do registry, did not give a man the opportunity to marry many wives. But today's women are so insecure that they want to grab, hold, tie. That's what all we hear. That's the essence of people doing kaya mata. Hold, grab him. Come on. You're laughing.
I have a question. You talking about, like, I get,
Okay.
I'm from Cameroon, right? I feel like for us Cameroonians, especially my mom went through that. We have seen a lot of cases where if my mom was legally married to my dad and they were married, my dad passed away when I was 1, but my mom was young, she was in the university. The family stepped up and took everything. So I feel like apart from insecurity, so women are also looking at the fact that,
about
okay,
that too, because that's like another issue.
Husband people too, especially young widows. If you don't have those, even those who have documents, it's still a fight, it's still a battle.
Yes. You're so right.
So my question is, if traditional is legal and accepted in the court, in a case where the man dies or the man gets a second wife or something happens, how does a woman stand in court to defend her marriage right in that case where, like,
in that situation, the first court they are going to go will be customary court. You understand? But if they went towards the canon law, which is the English law, that means they are going to start with the magistrate court. So if you go to the magistrate court, after going to the magistrate, the next line of legal proceeding will be high court. So that's where the case will be decided. But if it's a man that customary, be traditional marriage, married is what went to church, you understand, and married his wife civilly in the church, they definitely will start from customary court, and the customary court will still recognize the new wife. I'm sorry to say, but that's the truth. They will still recognize the new wife as part of the what? The man's family. But the thing is,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, okay, the thing is this. Okay. If Sai should continue.
Yes.
The thing is, for a widow, I understand what you're saying. My father died before I turned 3. Okay. So I know exactly what it was for a young widow. And my mother was about 33 or 32 when my father died. So she was practically...
My mother was 22. My mother was 22 in the university.
You see, she was practically a young woman when my father died. We were 8 of them. My little brother was still a baby at hand when my father passed. But the thing is that families are different, you understand? When my father passed, nobody had the guts to come and say, this one is mine, I grab, because the man died very young. And you have 8 children for the woman to feed. And nobody was ready to bring any financial support because it's like he was the rich man amongst the family, you understand? So nobody bothered my mother. The only person that would have bothered my mother would have been that other woman that they brought as a wife, that my uncle ended up marrying, assuming my father married that woman, my mother would have seen hell on earth. But as God will have it, the man said no. So nobody had rights, you understand, over my father's property. And nobody even bothered. So like I said, family is different, you understand? Mine was an exceptional one because I've seen where widows are being maltreated.
Yeah.
I've tried to advocate about that and all of it. But it's family that is the problem. And again, we women, if you marry the only rich man in the community, you don't have to come and be putting your shoulders so high and neglect you because you never can tell what will happen to you. Try and be relatable. Try and show concern and care about your community. You understand? Most of the people going through some certain scenarios is either they can say, my husband is rich. Who are you? I don't even, they place themselves above as though they are gods. You understand? We shouldn't find ourselves in that situation. But there are still very wicked in-laws. When I mean very wicked, I have a friend of mine who is a widow. Nobody's caring for that woman and her children. She's a young widow. What they did was to do what? Try to seal up every angle that she could be able to get help.
Yeah.
So it's such
in that light, right? In that light, my question is right. Just like if you look at this Sandra reality, there are a lot of things that I feel like is putting up that people are learning and people are trying to get the registry marriage for security purpose or things like that. So my question is, in that case, since you said traditional marriage and our culture are accepted, so what about areas where have bad cultures like that they was like I'll give an example. They will say, okay, yeah, we in our tradition, when your husband passed away, you have to marry your husband's brother or you have to marry the dead. So at that point, you did not have a court registry. You were going by the tradition. So how do you, and you have children, and you know your husband left assets for your children, how do you defend yourself because you don't want to go by that traditional route? How do you defend yourself and secure food for your children?
Yeah, in that case, you can still go to court. You understand? Let me forget married to the dead. Married to the dead is because of poverty. Okay, that's purely what it is. It's poverty.
But it's a culture.
It's a culture, but if it's still being practiced now, especially that Sandra's Realities case, you can see the kids are still young. So it was done recently. It's poverty. When I mean abject poverty, that can make a parent give out their children to somebody that is already dead. Okay? But I'm looking at your question from the other perspective. You gave me 2 points here. That woman that didn't have any legal thing with the marriage can still go to court. Like I said initially when I started, traditional marriage is recognized in court. What the court will ask in the proceeding, who are the witnesses to your marriage? So the woman will bring, assuming her father was there, her father will bring her own omonna, what we call the clan, the omonna people. They will go to court. Then they will ask the man to produce your will so that they can either agree or counter. Yeah, we never came to marry your daughter, or we came to marry your daughter. I remember when I was doing tutelage under Justice Oshodi in Lagos, it was Ikoyi. We got to court one day, was filled to the brim because of this kind of situation. You understand? Both families bringing in all their people. You understand? So you have to bring evidence. Those people you're seeing are witnesses to that marriage. So if they can prove that, yes, Mr. A came to the house of Mazi Okonkwo and paid bride price on Mrs. Angela, that is what the court will do to establish that marriage. They can even ask how much was the bride price. What were the things that you presented at the marriage? They will list them, because if you go to, for example, in Igbo culture, we all have list of marriage lists. Some of them you can't even fulfill. The man will pick race and run away. He won't come back. Some people will tell you don't marry an Mbise woman because their list is so long. Yeah. Do you understand? They will ask you to provide those lists, the things you provided. So the things you provided, how would the judge check it out? They will bring the list of what is their formal list for marriage. So as you're making mention of those things, they are marking them to make sure is that particular list that those people use for their marriage right. So if those two things checks out, the court will establish, yes, a marriage right was performed, that this woman is legally married to this woman, in as much as they did not go to court to formalize the legalization of the customary marriage. So having established there was a marriage between those two people, then the judge will start the real case. What brought you to court? You came to court because my husband's people are trying to take everything that belongs to my husband since I became a widow. So it's now left for the court to decide. Do you understand what I'm trying to clarify here? And then the other question you talked about, them marrying their brother's wife. Those are custom. We can't throw away our custom and tradition. No matter how we want to, will I say, westernize our lives, westernize our thing. We should not throw those customs away in one way or the other. We should still preserve those, because in one way or the other, it can still help a family. You understand? Where I have issues with those things is that when they made it compulsory for a woman to accept, some women might willingly want to accept because they don't want to go and suffer. You understand? Raising the children by themselves. Those that want to willingly accept, fine. But if a woman objects to that, let the decision of the woman be supreme.
Because I've seen a situation where, right, just like you said that traditional marriage is legal. Yes, the customary marriage court accepts. When the woman now wants to leave the tradition and go, like in the case where she lost her husband, she's like, okay, I don't want to marry the brother, but they were like, oh, they're holding her with the tradition. They're like, well, we marry you traditionally. This is our culture. This is how it's supposed to be. And the fight, I've seen a case where they fought that woman even when she had to remarry. They went to court and they said she cannot remarry because she's their brother's wife, and according to their tradition, she's supposed to marry another brother because that person passed away. Okay, so they are bringing just the same way they are bringing the traditional marriage to court as a justification that she's married. They're also bringing the tradition that she's supposed to marry your brother after death to court.
Like I said, if the woman is not interested in that relationship, she has no right to do that. You understand? She has no right. She can still go to court. You understand? She can still go to court. And let me, in Igbo culture, there is this thing they said, okay, I don't want to marry again. Even if the man was not dead, assuming you're not interested in that marriage anymore. Maybe for reasons of irreconcilable differences or reasons of domestic violence or whatever be your reason, the court will ask you, why are you divorcing? Why is it that you don't want to continue in the marriage? You said irreconcilable differences. You know, we can't reconcile. We can't make it. The court, the only thing the court needs to prove is the marriage is broken that irretrievably. That's the word the court is looking for. Once the marriage is broken that to that extent, you understand? They said, okay, fine, since you don't want to marry again, because you did not do a formal legal marriage through the court, we can't be able to like help you to that extent because you don't have a legal registered marriage. But we advise you to go seek help with your family men, with your clan, with your men. So in that case, as a woman, assuming it happened to me, for example, what I would do is to go talk to my parents first. I will talk to my father, talk to my mother. I'm no longer interested in this marriage because of AYZ. Or let's assume the man is still alive. AYZ are my reasons. They will look into it and say, my daughter, is there any way? If I say, no, there is no way we can move on. What my parents need to do is to invite my in-laws, my husband's people, invite them for a communique. If they refuse to come, I know they will not refuse to come because we try to like honor tradition. They will come, sit down, have a talk. My daughter is no longer in this marriage. We want to return your bride price. We want to return your bride price and all of that. In Igbo culture, what they do, they will fill a keg of wine. You understand? With the bride price, put some leaves inside the wine and return it to wherever it came from. That they don't want to marry anymore. And that ends that marriage. So a woman is not obliged to marry that man, period. You can move on with your life. When people get involved in this kind of thing, they try to forget the custom. They should go back to the root, ask their parents how these things are done, and it will be taken care of. I have a family member. She was married when she was 19, about 20, going to 20. She was in the university, her third year in university as a law student. Then when she got married, she married to a very educated man, a professor in the University of Jos at the time. She was a young girl, you understand, a virgin bride. The marriage did not go well. The man took the lady as a punching bag. Imagine a young girl married. I think the man was about 10 to 15 years older than her. At some point, she couldn't bear it anymore. She was to go and return a bride price, right? There was no marriage certificate issue because there was no registry done. But they had their traditional marriage. They had the white wedding. So when the case was heated up, the judge now told them in the High Court that these are the processes left for you guys to follow. So they tried to contact the man's family. The man's father was seriously begging that I know my son is queer. I know he has some koi on the head, you understand? But is there no way we can walk around this? They didn't want the marriage to dissolve, but they support what their daughter-in-law was saying. I don't want to die there. I've been beaten countless times. I can't even recall the last time. The one that made her to pack her things and leave. Her 2-year-old daughter was hungry. The man will cook rice and draw a line on the pot and leave for work, right? The woman will take a portion of that rice to feed his own daughter. The man will come back from work. Somebody ate my rice and start beating the woman.
That one is a grown-up child.
You understand? So people had gone through things. So when she couldn't go straight to the court and get divorced, they had to do what? To speak to the family member. The family member, they were willing to like accept back the bride price. But they were not so willing because they love their daughter-in-law. But the girl is not willing to continue the marriage. At the end of the day, you know what people do? The judge will advise you. You just think if the family of the man are not willing to accept that bride price or things from that marriage, just carry the whole kaya, go to the magistrate customary court, drop it in the court, the marriage is dissolved.
Yes. So
Yeah,
thank you so much.
I really
Sorry, let
appreciate
me say something,
the knowledge you
Victoria.
have shared. I really do appreciate it, but I also feel like sometimes when people go for the legal one, right? I understand the fact that we should keep our tradition is very important, but I feel like sometimes women nowadays are going for the legal one first. Apart from the insecurity and the greed, I feel like first is because women have gone through a lot when it comes to especially traditional marriage. Like you talking about, at least your friend's family, they acknowledge the issue. The person's family I'm talking
Yeah.
about, the man who wanted to take the woman as a bride was the next of kin. He was the mouthpiece
Thank
of
you,
the man's
Fatima.
family. You get. Then secondly, it was the late husband that sent the woman to school. So they felt like, oh, the woman is your harvesting farm.
Mm-hmm.
They were even saying, oh, it's our brother that sent you to school. Don't you know that as you're taking your salary, you have to bring your salary to us? So with all that in mind, they made it difficult for her, even when she said no. They made her life. Imagine a young widow with 2 children. Nobody from her husband's side was sensible to. The people were sensible. They were women. They couldn't talk because in those days, women didn't really have a voice. When they
Okay,
call
was
family
that case
meetings,
a Nigerian case?
the main man was the man who wanted a woman for himself as a wife, holding to tradition.
Yeah, was it a Nigerian case? Because if that thing happened to a Nigerian couple, the woman she doesn't need to stress herself so much. If you make attempt to talk to your husband's people, if they're not willing, the court will take the bride price, and then inform the man's house, family. You need to come to the court and collect this, that the woman is no longer married to you. After several attempts, these are proofs to show that she has tried to contact you guys on AYZ date, on date 10, date 20, and none of you were willing to. Now they have dropped it here at the court for us. You can come and you're no longer married to this woman. The marriage is dissolved. Those channels are available in Nigeria. They're really available. It's just that people don't know. You try to put so much physicality or physical force into those things. No, you can just go through the legal means. You understand? If you anybody happen to find him or herself in a situation like that, shouldn't just overthink about it. There are avenues for you to resolve that marriage. I have a friend here in the US. This lady married to a man for over 10 years. She was in Nigeria. The man never brought her to the US. And a woman's biological clock, you can't reverse it once it starts kicking. The woman wasted 10 years in Nigeria. Eventually, she came here. When she got here, she now realized that her man cannot even get her pregnant. She tried all possible means to let's go see doctor. Let's do this. Let's do that. This avenue is available. This one is available for us. We can still have children. The man was not interested. What the man was patiently waiting for her to clock 40. Because in the US, once you're 35, the doctors are already telling you to your ears, you're now high-risk pregnancy. I believe it happens to your country in Canada.
Yeah,
you're now high-risk pregnancy. So they will start telling you. So the man had already gotten all those information, even way ahead of the woman. He knew what his plans were. He was waiting for the woman to clock 40. The moment the woman clocked 40, you know what the man said? That is risky for us to start having children now. That why are you even bothering me? That's give the whole thing 16 years of time wasted for a woman's
So he
life.
actually planned it from the beginning, obviously.
Thank you. So in that situation, what do you wish for that woman? Child, she no gets. You understand? So what do you she should continue to stay? So the woman got angry. You understand? Every small thing the man does, her mouth. Is that what she really got so angry? Her life became bitter. One day she summoned on Korea that she doesn't want to be in this relationship anymore because the deception there is killing her. She now called her parents. Okay, she told the man, I'm done. Let's go and settle with your people in Nigeria. The man wasn't interested. First time, third time, I don't know how many times she attempted. The man was not interested. Luckily for them, they got married legally as well because they need to file the document to, bring her here. Mm-hmm. But the man's custom and tradition is such a strong one. If you know anybody from Delta Igbo, you understand that the thing can hold a woman if you're not careful. So she had to do the right thing traditionally. Forget about our American own here. You understand? That one a piece of cake. Once you say you're not interested anymore, the marriage is over. The judge and the court, they don't need to pry, asking you all the nitty-gritty. Nobody's interested. But the woman doesn't want any custom to, to hinge on her head. What she did was to go to the court since the family were not forthcoming. When I mean forthcoming, it's not a matter of 6 months. It was years. And when you're adding up these years, the woman is counting her wasted years. We are looking at 18 years.
Hi, God.
So by the time she was, these are the kind of things that makes a woman very bitter in life.
Yes.
You understand? By the time she was done, her parents even gave up trying. So what they did was to went to court. The court said, okay, we can be able to do this. All they needed to do is to go to the court in Delta State. I think the Asaba area or Washuku. There must be customary court here. This other court, assuming she started the process from court in Anambra State. Then the court in Anambra State, we informed the court in Delta State, this is what we want to do. This is what is before us here. That was how the woman tried to wash her hands off the custom and tradition so that she can move on with her life. Because some of these custom and tradition are very strong. Some will tell you as a woman, if you don't do all of those rights well, that means if you attempt to have another relationship, you could die, you could do this, you could do that. And a lot of people believe it and they hang in there. And the next thing, things will start happening to them. You understand? So this kind of situation, the woman was not bothered about American divorce, but she was more bothered about the traditional way of settling herself.
That's the part where I get. Honestly, I love my culture. I'm from Cameroon, but I also feel like if we look at across Africa, right, there are a lot of traditions that are so biased on women. When women speak legal, when women seek certificate in marriage legally, I feel like for me, it's not just out of greed or they are throwing away their culture. I feel like it's some sort of family security, because I know cultures in Cameroon where if it doesn't matter how rich a man is, if you work tooth and nail with your husband to build an empire, even if you are the breadwinner, the woman, if that man dies, the heir to that man's property is the man's sister's children. Imagine you, a woman, meeting your husband, you don't have anything, and you work your life out to build with your husband. Then tomorrow something, because these things are always happening. This show that men, there are more widows than widowers. You get. Then tomorrow something happens to your husband. Then you see people, and most of those sisters' children, they are not working. They will not go to school. They are waiting for their uncle to die because they know they have inheritance.
Wow.
You get. So at least that one now, legally, you have a backing. There is a way that the court can back you as this tradition. I love my culture, but I also feel like anybody that wants to go for traditional, even though traditional is legal in your country, go for it. But look at it wholesomely, make informed decision.
Yeah.
Be conscious of your environment, be conscious of the traditional cultures.
But sis, I have a question for you. In this scenario you just explained to us, assuming they are both from the same culture, you understand? Because it's always very important as a woman, if you're marrying from a different place to a different place, you should be able to ask questions about what is obtainable in the culture where you're married to.
Yeah.
So if she's married, if she's from the same culture, I believe she will have knowledge of what you just explained to us. Yeah. So in that case, if I should come in this way, okay, honey, because of what is applicable in our custom, I want to establish my own business with my name, you understand, separate from your own. Would that still be a problem?
Oh yes, makes sense.
No, I feel like I know many people who have done that. When people they began realizing how bad this culture is, especially they started, some people in those days, they were very active and very glued to their culture. There was nothing you could tell them. But I feel like with people being educated and seeing how these cultures play a ripple effect on your children's and children's life, people are beginning to we are not going to fight this thing, but we're going to, every property we buy or every business we put in our children's name or my wife's name. But trust me, even when that man passes away, that woman doesn't have it easy with the man's family. There is still battles. the people understand what they are doing, so they will still come for you. You get. So even if you have the properties, you have the money, sometimes they'll make it the way you spend all that money going to court case, running up and down, instead of you going through your grief. It's hard for a widow already losing a husband. That's enough grief already. Then you start dealing with convocation here, family meeting here, elders hold calling you here, these people calling you, like it's just too much. Even though those things are done, but there's just too much spiritual, physical battles that are connected to it.
Yeah, this one is too much, honestly. There's something I want to say. You said the custom and tradition has never been fair to women. You understand? I want to chip in here. Nothing is fair. Let me put it that way. Nothing is fair. Even here in the US, I live in the US. The people deciding on our abortion case in the US are men.
Terrible. That's another.
We're talking about a culture with civilization, okay? They are men. They don't know what menstrual cycle is.
Exactly. Crazy.
They don't know any biology about a woman's body, but they are the ones deciding what we should do with our body. Do you understand? And if this is ongoing right now in the US, they're trying to pull down what they have already. They have been over 58 years old. That was when they went to Supreme Court and got the justice to have rights over their body. So it's a case of Roe versus Wade. So they are trying to tear it apart to nullify that particular case and then bring up another. So the new one they are trying to bring that, so far the fetus is 6 weeks old. It can never go through abortion. Even if you're gang raped and you got pregnant, you must carry the baby. If your boss, when you're a maid, gets you pregnant, you must carry the baby. No matter the circumstance,
people don't even know they are pregnant until they're about 6 weeks.
Even if your own life is at risk, you must carry the baby because it has passed 6 weeks old. So when you look at
that's around the time you even know you're pregnant, actually.
Yeah.
The thing is crazy. The thing is, what I'm trying to say here is not just our African tradition. Nothing is fair. Anywhere. Nothing is fair. And I want to give you another unfair situation. If you have a child that maybe you beat your child, in Africans that we know how to discipline our children, then the child cried and went to school, or was, maybe she wasn't even crying when she left your house, but her face wasn't cheerful. The teacher will go crying. What happened to you today? Are you okay? What happened? Blah. Then the child will now start crying again. My mommy did this to me. That's a problem. And if it happens more than 2 times, they will call social services for you.
They'll call social services on you, yeah.
And the social service people deciding your case, they don't have children. The judge that is sitting on your case has never given birth to a child. And they will be the one to tell you how to raise your own. So life is what it is. Nothing is practically fair. People think, life of women's rights is very perfect in the US. No. But they are working on
me, I'm not looking at, honestly, I'm not looking at women's right or feminism or anything like that. I'm just saying that if especially for us back home, right, where people use culture to abuse women a lot, I'm just saying that as much as traditional marriage could be recognized in any part of Africa, because some parts are recognized, some parts are not recognized, I feel like we women should make informed decisions, know where you're getting married, know their culture, the man's place, be able to have those conversations with the man. Okay, this is your culture. How, even before the marriage, if this is your culture, how are we going to handle this? Because this is a big deal for me. Let's have that conversation and make informed decision.
Thank you. That's well spoken. Honestly, knowing where you're married to is very important. I could remember when I was in Lagos, and that was long before I got married. One of my cousins got married to an Enugu Ezike man. I don't know if anybody here is from Enugu Ezike. The things we heard that, come on, as a married woman now, you might get somebody that say, hi, you smile back. Is a problem. The person buys you gift. Is a problem. You understand? There are some little things other traditions can forget or, not bother. But there are some culture, they hold so tight to what they worship or what they preserve as their custom. So my cousin got married to the place. The moment we heard, we're like, hey, this girl is in trouble, and she was busy cruising. She married a man overseas that time. She was feeling high and feeling beautiful. The man was establishing all businesses all over the town in Lagos for her. We were so happy. But I said, okay, fine. The man married you and left you in Nigeria. What if any man should come and say hi to you tomorrow and you get in trouble? The custom is going to hold you. Didn't your parents ask questions about where you were married to before they accepted the bride price? Those were our thoughts. We were like, it was a conversation for us. I said, what was she thinking about? Okay, she should pack her things and go back to meet her husband. Because she's a very young, somebody might come into that house, her store tomorrow. I think then was when business centers were all over the place. It was a big thing, having business centers. Somebody can come there and, touch you. Hey, madam, how are you today? You're not supposed to even touch a married woman in such community. So what becomes of the woman if you find yourself in a situation like that? So at the end of the bottom line on that particular girl's case is that she's out of that marriage. We didn't bother to ask what happened. Few years down the line, the marriage was, I guess she realized the mistake she has made, that she might not be able to fit into that particular custom and tradition. Because
so this, I feel like this is where, right? Because you kept talking about, we should not just throw our tradition. I feel like this is also where we have to see bad and wrong tradition. Because maybe the man wasn't bad, but because of the tradition, the man's form is broken. You get. Some people are not bad, but because of the community and because of the tradition that they hold. Honestly, I feel like a lot of our traditions are limiting. They are good ones that people should uphold. But I feel like a lot of African traditions are really limiting, and they are causing a lot of bias on people. Because somebody just say, this person for Anambra State, Anambra people. It's already a write-off without you even getting to know that person. Just the mention of where you come from. And because of the history of your culture, people are just writing you off, which is not a good thing. So that's where I stand when it comes to tradition. I'm not saying we should leave our tradition, but I'm also saying that there are traditions that, it's a culture, it's a tradition that has been in place. But then let's look at how negatively it's affecting us as a generation, as a people, both men and women, and start writing these things. I'm not saying we can't wait to nice. Change is a constant thing in life. Let's amend them and bring new things
You're absolutely right. I don't know. I had my best friend in the bank when I was in Lagos working in the bank. She's from Mbise. And then we were all young girls, first entries in the bank, feeling cool and all of that. So eventually we all started getting married. Then the first guy that wanted to marry her, because we were like, hey, okay, they are now talking. The moment she says she's from Mbise, the guy no take her call again. No chat her again.
You see?
The guy didn't even say hello again. It's like they became enemy. First date, after work, first date. Oh, Chidima, I've been admiring you since in the Bambi, and the guy was looking for a wife. We all knew he was looking for a wife. So when they started chatting in the office, we were so happy. Then after the first day, the guy did not even call her number again, not even to come to her desk. Then the next thing the guy did, he came back and married somebody else from our branch that is from Anambra. Do you understand? Because the guy is from Anambra. So he went and married. You know why he didn't bother with Chidima? They say the list of Mbise people is so long. So by the time 2 years down the line, I've gone to the US, you understand? So when Chidima eventually met somebody that truly, truly, genuinely loves her, the guy, and I asked Chidima, how did you guys do the private? She said, my dear, that they had to split it to she and her husband, that her money did there. Because the man said he cannot do that all by himself. So the thing is understanding the situation, especially when a woman, you can come in and help. If you really love that person, you want to. Not because, you must fulfill all the rights and all the obligation of my people. When you know very well that might bankrupt the man, you understand? There are some things that you can find a way to work in on. As for us changing our tradition, the Igbo people, sis, I must be very honest here, I'm not seeing any of them making any headline. I remember when they were advocating for Osu tradition. Okay? Osu tradition, where they went to court and all of that. to nullify it and then stop calling people Osu. Osu in Igbo is that, let me try to explain it the best I could. There are some people, you understand, they don't have the full right of that particular community. They are not regarded as the true sons of the community. This one is both men and women from that particular kindred. So if I go through tradition to explain it, people will say they were sold as slaves to the main families, you understand? So after a while, that particular boy that was sold as slave might have children and go and marry people of his kind. And then they'll start multiplying, they will start growing, they will now form a community. So that particular community cannot now tomorrow go and marry a daughter from the son of the soil. They can't. So it became a big problem in Igbo land. And as God will have it, those people that they called Osus are rich people. Most of them are rich, very wealthy, well-to-do, but they cannot give them the right passage. They can't give them that access to become the true sons of that soil. So they end up marrying strangers, you understand, where they are welcome and allowed. So there was this thing, they started advocating for it and all of that, going to court to abolish that custom. I think eventually they succeeded in the court, you understand, abolishing that custom. But the thing is, that's the legal paper, right? But coming to act, nobody's willing.
Nobody's acting.
Yeah.
You see the thing? We have legal document. If you now say you're the one, you found a flower in somebody's house, that's what we call it in Nigeria. Then your men, your brothers or your kindred, your village men will tell you, okay, which family? You will now make mention. They say, my brother, that day I did busy. Nobody will follow you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they will follow you. There was a time they challenged one king in Anambra. If you said, okay, they should be welcome, let your son be the first to go and marry from there. Yeah. Then we'll know it's truly accepted. But nobody is willing to do it.
Yeah.
They have legal documents. We're talking about legal certificates. There are some things that I would just say I don't know. Only God can help us in that. Another thing that is that as strong as is a woman's right in her father's compound. In Igbo, they don't give a woman land. Please. You understand? You can't have a land in your father. You don't even have property. You know the way your father is very rich. Everything the man accumulates is for the boys. You're expected to be married out of your parents' home to another person's home and go there and build with that man. So there is when I saw the Supreme Court judgment on that, I was so happy. I was shouting it on my Facebook, screaming it. Finally, women have rights to land and properties. But sister, in the you're laughing. In the real sense of it, no woman is ready. It's like the way I am now. Now come and say, hey, brother, see, that my father's plot where they there. The Supreme Court has given us judgment. I'm not interested. And whereby there is no action, no deed from the people, that particular thing will still continue going on the way the tradition had before. They got the judgment. The Supreme Court has ruled in a particular case. I think their name was Onyeri or something. I can't remember the case name very well. They went to court. They contested the matter from the ground zero up the way Supreme Court, and they got judgment. But those kind of things, the practicability of it, I don't know.
This thing you're just saying now, brings me back to what I wanted to say all the while. This practicality you're talking about now brings me back to when we're talking about women in the village. Where you said, as a lawyer,
that's the issue.
It sounds very easy. I don't know if that's the right word to say. It just sounds like, like a medical doctor will say, why didn't you take cough syrup when you were coughing, and probably the person didn't know which cough syrup to take. So when you were saying earlier on that women in the village, that they can go to court
customary court,
it sounded very easy. But the funny thing is,
it's just like truly
in the village, they have not gone to the state capital of that state. They have not left their village, that small place. And you also said something which I appreciate. You said this whole thing, as in, is determined most times by family. Family is the most important unit of the society, because if you get married, like for instance, if you get married into a good family, sometimes when people are talking about bad families they are married into, you cannot really relate because it's not your problem. You understand?
Yeah.
But even in 2021, with all the education and everything, some people are still complaining about mean families they got married into, and you're like, this
And
thing
bad
is this thing like Patience Ozoko, Nollywood, but it's still happening 2021. So it's still the same thing when you say women should go to court, that the court do this. Sometimes after going to court, maybe you will come back. Is it this Nigerian police that when you want to go and call them to come and do work, they'll say you should drop 20K to go and do the work? This person we're talking about now probably doesn't even make 500 naira in a day, and she has to pay a lawyer. Or if the case like maybe pro bono and they want to do it free for her, and how many, Nigeria is very populated actually. How many lawyers are even eating to do free cases for you?
People.
Do you understand? So it's just a cycle of events. And sometimes these people want to do it, but when they start, that is why somebody says Nigerian people used to fear court case. Because court case in Nigeria is so rigorous. You understand? I know that it's the same thing everywhere, maybe, but in Nigeria, you're talking money, you're talking time, money that people don't even have to finish.
They don't have
a lawyer to pay money to go and do all these cases for you. Now this woman probably has like 4 children whom her husband left for her, and she has not even paid this because there's no even free education. You understand?
Yeah.
Even the schools that are free are horrible. You understand? How many free schools can you put your children in Nigeria, in Africa? So the woman is trying her best. Okay, let me hustle. Hello Tochi, welcome. Hello everyone. The woman is saying, okay, let me hustle and let me just see if I can pay the cheapest private school for these children. You understand? Let me hustle and see if I can. Okay, sorry.
Sorry,
let me hustle.
Guys, I had a call, so I was thrown out.
Oh, welcome back.
Oh,
so the woman is saying, let me hustle and see if I can pay small money for school fees for these children. You understand? The husband left. Funnily, the husband probably didn't even live so much. This poverty thing is a cycle still. He probably didn't even live so much. That ticketing that his family members are dragging. He did not live so much. Now somebody else is trying to drag that little that she's supposed to manage. Then she's trying to think of how her children will eat at least twice a day. And now she has to think of how much Oga lawyer says he will collect. As in cheap Oga lawyer.
Let me come in here before I forget my thoughts.
Okay.
I told you my mother is a widow. Okay. She has been a widow for many years.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello? Hello, Tochi. Hello,
maybe
Irene.
she's receiving a call. I feel like that's the part of it though, because most women are suffering not because there is no law. There is law, but it's how to go about it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's talking about
how
her
to go about it.
Which, like she said, luckily for her, I think also like a good family too, which is very important. Like we said, family is very important. But the truth is, sometimes things happen, you understand? But in a civil society, where people are actually thinking, right, this thing should not even be happening in the first place. But it is culture in Africa. In some places, it is their culture. And some people cannot afford these legal cases and all this. And even there are some free...
And I also feel like, right?
Sorry, guys.
I also feel like once you start getting to that legal case, right, it already shows that the family is already the family is already a problem. You get?
Yes.
Because if the family wasn't a problem, they would have settled amicably before even looking about going to customary court or anything. Yeah. So you realize that the foundation is always shaky.
Sorry, guys, I had calls from Nigeria, so I had to tell them to hold on, please.
Okay.
So sorry.
Oh, hi, Irene. Thank you.
So you made quite a very interesting point, and what I'm trying to say, all my life I've been surrendered with widows. Okay, my mother might be the first widow I know, and then a couple of widows as well, and she kind of have a forum for a lot of them, where they gather, they share thoughts, and all of that. So what I'm saying is this: the first thing a woman should think of, if I'm dragging this issue, am I still going to be a part of that family? Do you understand? If I'm going this route, am I still going to come back to that compound? You're laughing.
No, because you know I'm laughing. Because it still boils down to the fact that if this family is dragging me, a widower or somebody who marries their family, it means they don't love me, they don't accept me, they're not nice to me. So it's not just me thinking of like, am I going to be a part of this family? Why can't I also think that, oh, is this not this girl, not our daughter?
You're the victim here. You're the one crying. So you should ask yourself question. Do I still want to return back there? Because if you want to return back there, the first thing you're going to seek is how to resolve that issue amicably. Just one, know that you are on your own. When I mean you are on your own, in capital letters. Because if they're dragging your husband's properties, that means they don't have you the interest of their brother's children at hand. You are least of their worries. So if you have made up your mind to fight this battle, you understand? Know that you're going to fight it to the full, and you're fighting it for the sole reason of what? Your children. I don't care what they are going to think about me. I don't care what it's going to be. So far, I know my hands are right. I have every legal document. I have the case I want to pursue. That's the thing you should have. Make up your mind to. I have a small foundation about widows and women, which I'm trying to tidy up the whole scenario on before I bring it out to YouTube or social media. So when you ask yourself those small questions, which they might sound small, but they are very fundamental to your next life, because it's not going to be that old life. You're now charting a new course. So if you determine to go through the route of the legal processes, fine, you need to ask those questions. But if you want to settle it amicably, the family might be against you. If you just get one voice among that family, if God blesses you with one voice that can speak up, that means you have a case, even before the Omonna, the clan, or even before the Igwe of your community. Everything shouldn't just go to court. Before you start going to the court, it's like when you have exhausted all the necessary means before you start thinking of court. But if you want to think about court, just know, am I still going to return back there? But if you want to remain in that family, ask for one. If God can give you one person, one person, because there is this thing that happened in my village many years ago. Two men, they agreed to do something. They were conniving on something. By the time they finished conniving, they now agreed that if they come to the meeting, I will raise this up. By the time I start talking, you, the second person, will now get up and support me, right? So they finished their agenda in the hidden. They came to the meeting. The man started talking. The second person was quiet. He wasn't supporting. He wasn't saying anything. Do you know what the other man said? Okay, but we agreed that you should support. If I'm talking, you're supporting. Okay, say you're your own.
The Bible says when a man's way pleases God, he makes his enemies to be at peace with him.
This is real situation in my village, and these are men that were rich, or they have children, successful men. So the second man now said, wait, have you seen a situation whereby somebody will talk and ask another person to support? That was serious embarrassment. That was the end of discussion. You understand? That evil plan.
So okay, now going back to the original topic, right? Because the issue was traditional and court marriage, and I remember you were saying that court traditional is still legal, and that most people now, most women nowadays are shifting from traditional to court. It's more of like they were abandoning tradition. So looking at this discussion and where you are at now, you realize that as much as tradition is important and it could be legal, but I feel like the backup of court is not out of greed, because that's one thing you made mention before, that most women are going through the feeble way now because of greed. I feel like it's not because of greed. I feel like it's because of all those things that we have enlisted, all these issues, that instead of you waiting and praying for one person to speak up for you when the time comes, you want to have like a legal system where you are secure that there is a legal system backing you up.
Okay, what I'm saying here, the thing is that they're not going for court marriages because of greed. No, that's not what I meant here. What I meant here, people were talking about it on social media, trying to like say they are no longer married and all of that. You understand? So that brings me to what is the reason behind all of that? Cloud chasing, and they want to be everybody wants to be known. Okay. But the thing, they all know deep down in their hearts that they are still married. Thank you. They are still married because they, first of all, even if that marriage was null and void, the recent one by Ikoyi registry, their traditional marriage will suffice. and they're still legally married, but they just want to make fun of the whole thing. Secondly, I'm an advocate of a woman finding peace. You understand? If you know what works for you, go for it. I'm an advocate of what, if you think this is going to give you a permanent rest, go for it. I believe in civil legalization of marriage. Let me put it that way. I also did a court marriage myself. You understand? I believe in that. But what I'm trying to say, or what I tried to say before, was that people try to overemphasize things and make it dramatize things, if I will put it the word I use. They dramatize issues and it seems as much bigger than the case itself, could be.
Yeah.
People should stop that. Okay. Let me give an example. If you marry a man that cannot speak for you in presence of his siblings, you have a problem. That's where the problem starts. I live in the US, right?
Please, you guys should tag all the men. Where are the men?
when I had my second child, okay, I had to bring in one of my sister-in-laws to come and stay with me. So the woman came to live with me. She lived with me for over 8 months. You understand? Then my mother had gone. My 2 sisters came. I had a very long nursing period. My mother stayed 3 months. My other sister 3 months. The second sister 3 months. So by the time she was coming to my house, my baby was already 1 year plus. So because I had to return to work and I didn't want to start taking my baby to nanny place. So she came to stay with us. So she now came into my house. My husband likes to eat vegetables. You understand? I eat a lot of all kinds, anything vegetable. It's just, if you like, put it in the pot and bring it out. It's okay for him. I'm telling you, it's okay for him. So, and I love to cook. I didn't just start my cooking channel on YouTube because of, I love to cook. I started cooking when I was age 6. You understand? So it's been something I've done for many years. You understand? So I will cook and cook and cook before even YouTube. Then the next thing, the woman said, she will talk this way. She will, do small talks. You understand? Small. My husband is a man that you don't come and tell what to do in his own house. You don't pay his bills, okay? So my husband now said, wait, what are you even saying? You, that your own daughter allows her husband to be in the kitchen. It's her husband that cooks for her. So assuming the reverse were the case, that you came to my house and my wife is the one, I'm the one cooking for my wife, what will you have said? You understand? That I don't know what came. I was not even around. I came in and met them, talking. He now said that's how you women in the village, that's what they do to young wives. Yeah. They will come and be dictating to the young wives. You do it that way. And before you know it, you start creating problems to the people trying to build a home.
They bring their bitterness from their own marriage, from their marriage which is not working, into a young wife's house.
So that's the first place I will say for any young woman getting into marriage. Make sure your husband can speak for you. Make sure your husband can stand.
Exactly. I think that one is very important.
Very.
I told the person that there are some conversations you will never have to say in your marriage if the man you are married to is talking.
If boundaries are put in place,
you want to contribute, they are settled the matter.
Thank
you. I think that most times men like to put women in the situation that you now talk, say you are the bad one. But when the person settles the matter, because for instance, if I tell my mother something, if I have an argument with my mother, she'll forgive me. I'm her daughter. But if my husband maybe uses the same tone with her, she'll say, maybe my husband insulted her and all that kind of stuff. So know how to settle things with your own people so that your spouse will not come out and put him out because you refuse to put him out. There will not be problem.
Rosie, somebody put a comment. Somebody put a comment. I was saying that in her country. Oh yeah, this comment. He said the law may not always be involved in church wedding in my country. Come to give my 2 cents. Busy with something. So my question is, because most countries I've seen, right, even in Canada, you cannot have a church wedding without bringing proof of traditional and civil and civil wedding. So how does it happen in this country? And which country is this? I'm really inquisitive. I want to know.
Namibia. I think she's gone.
Oh, she's gone. Oh wow.
Namibia, yeah.
I really wanted to. I want to know, just get the just we're exploring Africa. Let's explore Africa. Let's hear from people of different culture and how it goes. Yeah, I was really interested in this comment. I wanted to know how it's done because I know most countries they will not join you in church if you don't present
the legal
proof of traditional and legal. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Okay. I wish you was here to tell us how it happened in Namibia.
It might sound funny, but let me say something. I remember when my brother was getting married, you understand? They wanted to go to this Ikoyi registry. I say, come, oh, don't go there, don't go there. Just forget Ikoyi. Go to local government somewhere. I don't honest, that was what happened. And they live in Lekki. They live in Lekki. That's my brother and the wife. But you know where they did their marriage? At Agege local government. If you know Lagos, you understand the distance.
I'm sure that he and his wife will be so happy now.
We'll be so happy. That's what I'm saying.
Why?
Bottle of wine.
Honestly, they wanted to go to Ikoyi registry. This particular registry.
Ikoyi registry that they have said now that all the marriages that happen there don't. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So I said they shouldn't. I was in the US telling them, they should not go to Ikoyi registry. They should go to another local government. They ended up going to Agege local government and got married. Okay, but there is this thing the church is doing in Nigeria. Before they can wed you in the church in Nigeria, they will tell you to first go and do what? Registry. Without that certificate, you can't come and have a white wedding.
But that's
Sorry?
I think Catholic Church, Anglican, those ones, they give the same certificate or something. I think it's not every church anyway.
Yeah, but most churches in Nigeria, Anglicans, they do it. Catholic as well. They do it. And I believe Pentecostal might. So what I'm thinking, they're trying to make men understand is now one man to one wife. That's the way to tie a man. Unlike before, you understand, in the 90s and in the 80s, they were not asking you of court marriage. You just come to the church, they will wed you. But now, recently, for them to wed you in the church, you must have done your court marriage, and you bring the certificate. So
I think here in Canada, right? Here in Canada, because I'm into ministry, here in Canada, it's more of the law first, and secondly, because when you do the registry in Canada, your certificate has like a number. That number is just one. So that man, like, it's a way of finding out if that man has been married somewhere else or in another province or something. So the pastor who is wedding you guys can easily find out. Then secondly, if the pastor weds you guys in Canada, he's not here in Canada. Even most pastors who can wed, they are licensed pastors, which means the government have given them the right to issue license. So there's nothing like church, except you're going to a registry. But if you're going to a registry, it means your pastor is not licensed. If your pastor is licensed, which means after your wedding, that's what you see in Canada. After your wedding, at the altar, people just sign, or they go to a separate room. They sign the certificate because that pastor is licensed. Sometimes you see a pastor in a church, they cannot officiate their own members. They have to bring another pastor.
Sorry, let me read this comment down. Irene says, in my own country, which is Bubu's country, we do church wedding based on positions you want in church. Because even in the Bible, it talks about dowry. I think that's what we wanted to say. And dowry is based on tradition. I don't understand. Who understands?
How does this have to do with position in church?
What position? What? I don't understand position. You need to come in here and explain your position. Pat has sold Nigeria to China. So anyone that is seeing themselves in China,
she might have something she wants to say on this position.
I'm telling you,
I know that's what position means.
Me, I just came to catch cruise.
Catch you. Jen,
come and explain that. Come and explain to us.
Honestly,
anybody understands what she means by position? Come and greet me now. Don't want to greet Mama.
I'm right on my life. Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome, Pat.
Good evening.
Greetings, Jenny.
Good evening.
For my Christmas.
So please, Irene, are you still here? Explain position
in my own country.
Because we want to understand.
Yeah, I want to understand this position matter.
What is position? Huh?
No, wait, Irene, if you're still here sincerely, we want to hear the position you're talking about.
I'm telling you, I really want to hear.
Don't worry, she's here. Don't worry. I present to you.
Hello. Hello, people.
I present to you.
Are you guys here?
Huh?
Yeah.
We are hearing you.
hail you guys. You guys are doing a
Go
great
ahead,
job. I
huh?
love the topic.
Oh yeah,
And
Irene.
Victoria, I always like your line of thoughts, like just like what I wrote there. And
Thank you.
Ketch, I love the
Welcome.
topic. Like you're dropping what I love, like good topic, like the one you even spoke about this afternoon. I loved it. Now, but first of all, let me talk about this one. If I go into that one, you dropped the video this afternoon. Now, what I'm talking about, based on positions, like some churches, like the Anglicans, the Catholics, like if your mom is in position, like all these them in the church, and then you now decide as a single girl, like you bring a fiance and say you want to marry the guy traditionally alone. Your parents would agree. True of us.
True.
Your parents would agree. They will say, lie, you have to go and wed in the
True.
church. I'm in position. I am this. I'm that. They will not agree. That's why I'm saying white weddings in Nigeria is based on positions you want in your church. But normally, everything boils down to tradition, because even the Bible talks about dowry. And dowry, you cannot go and pay in the courts. You cannot go and pay in the church. You pay in tradition. So at the end of the day, we blacks, we should go back to our traditions and do the right things. We still have some wicked elders that when the woman is widowed, they'll come and bring their own law. Most of their laws are made by man. And the men that made those laws then, they do it so that to favor their fellow men. People know all these things. So for me, at the end of the day, I still stand with traditional marriages. All this court wedding and white churches wedding is based on, say, I want to come and wear different clothes. I want to change 5 clothes on that wedding day. I want to look good, extremely good. I want to cook food. Let people come and eat, dance, bedu. Like our Nigeria here, we know how to do weddings a
We
lot.
do that in traditional marriage. Have you seen traditional marriages
Yeah,
now?
traditional
No,
marriage
Nigeria,
now,
you
then.
guys,
That is where they
Okay,
everywhere.
Irene, let
you
me
guys
say
exaggerate
something
this
here,
thing. Like,
Irene.
honestly, I enjoy all the Niger
Irene.
weddings, and all the
I'm
vibes, but you guys exaggerate.
saying right now, if it's for wearing clothes, Irene, have you seen Nigerian traditional marriages?
Thank you,
Have you seen
Irene.
Ghanaian
Nigerian
traditional
traditional
marriages?
marriage is
Where they wear
even
all
more
the clothes?
expensive than the
Nigerians
white
are
wedding.
killing it, like worldwide. Nigerian traditional wedding always stand out. Like you cannot attend Nigerian wedding and be bored now.
So it's not.
You
You can't say they
bored
should
with
do
the
things
Nigerian
traditional.
wedding.
No, the traditional marriage is also. Traditional marriages are very expensive if you look at it financially.
They are.
They're very
Actually, they are.
expensive.
No, it depends on the state. It depends on the state.
It depends.
No,
It depends on
whether
the state.
It's based on the
every
family.
all the
On the
states.
so I've
Depends on
seen
not
I've
even
seen
Let me
families
say
that
something here.
It depends on the
The
family.
marriages we are talking about is not just the bride price. The bride price is very inexpensive. It's just between families. But when you now want to do the tradition, it's like doing reception. It depends on your pocket, the size of your pocket.
Naira. My
Is
own
the size,
diary was 25 naira.
is your size of your pocket that determines. If you want to throw party, you throw
Mine was
party. If you
25
want to
naira.
waste
That's
money, you
5,000.
waste
our own
money.
tradition.
my mom was 5,000 8 years ago. Yeah, I know. Even Liberia, where they give
Mine
for
was 10
traditional
years
marriage,
ago.
your
As in
bride price is
20,
one because in Liberia they
2022,
use dollars, US
I'll
dollars,
be 10
$1
years.
US the bride price, and they give certificate on top.
I don't even think that this is only Africa. I think most of these countries are traditional. Like I watch, I don't know if anybody watches 90 Day Fiancé like me. I'm a fan. I think I watched one couple. The guy is American. He married a lady from Thailand, and one of the things they're supposed to bring was a buffalo. I remember very well. I think buffalo is like a cow for them. And the man, the American, was broke at that time, and he was saying, "Okay, let me pay half of the money for the buffalo. Later on, I'll bring all the money." So I think generally, traditional marriages are very expensive, actually more than white weddings or court weddings. In fact, court weddings are actually cheaper.
I think
just
let me say something. I think traditional marriage, it depends on the family. That's what I would say. Because during my own marriage, my family gave a list. When my husband came for knocking off the door, they gave him a list. But the next day, my other sister, which I was living with at the time, now called my husband. I should go and meet my elder brother. That there's something they want to discuss with him. When they met my husband, they told him that anything he cannot buy in the list, that he should not follow the list, that he should do according to his pocket. But on that day of the traditional marriage, if the elders, because my father brothers, my mother's brothers, they will all come, my uncles, that if they ask him, did he buy everything on the list, that he should say yes. So that is what happens. So I would say it depends on the family. Because
Yes,
in my tradition, you have to buy,
very, very.
you have to buy jewelry, shoe, and full in
Yes,
3
now you have to
boxes.
satisfy the
Yes.
family now.
But in my own, we didn't buy the wrapper to full 3.
God bless your family. God bless your family. You're making life easy for somebody's son. God bless your family.
That's why I said it depends on the family. But that day, we actually put wrapper in the box.
Yeah.
We just pack my mom's wrapper, my brother's, my sister's wrapper. Because my sister sells
when the
wrapper.
guy
We
has
just
to buy
pour all
clothes
inside the
for
box.
mother of the bride.
Yes, you have to buy clothes for your grandmother. We did
Sorry,
not
guys,
do
I'm
all
on the road.
that. So it depends on the family. We just did it in the house. We did not, no canopy, nothing. We just do food and go. Because my traditional wedding was on Friday, and my white wedding was on Sunday. So for me, I still feel it depends on the family, and God rest some people's parents. So if your dad is late or your mom is late, you see that your uncles will come all the time rubbish. My friend I wanted to marry, the uncle ties her neck.
Ladies, we
was
should
crying,
learn to
she
be
was
strong.
crying.
Ladies, we should learn to be strong. We keep saying this thing. We shouldn't be giving them all the credit as if they can pull us down. No, we should learn to be strong. My mother has been a widow for many years. She gave her the first daughter, second daughter, third daughter, fourth, fifth. I am the sixth daughter, and nobody came to her house to tell her, this is it or this is not it. We should learn to be strong. If we are strong women, how can you be a strong woman? Okay, for instance, my mother's case was she as a widow. Nobody in that village, you understand? Or nobody in my clan. Let me forget the village because that's too big. In the clan, the people that will give you out in marriage, none of them could say that they brought biscuits to take care of any one of us. All of us went to university. You understand? Nobody can say, yes, I paid tuition for this child. I paid school fees for that child. So if they did not have rights when you were doing that, they've lost it. The moment that they did not.
Yo, please, are you in Nigeria?
That's not it, though. Let me share my case. That's not it, though.
Are you in
This thing you're talking about.
I'm a Nigerian. I'm an Igbo girl. I'm from Anambra.
Even if you did not pay for your school fees, on your
you did not allow me to finish.
That's my story.
You did not allow me to finish. The list
on your wedding day.
The list we are talking about for my village is not out of this world. There are some mandatory lists. There are things you can forgo. There are things you must fulfill. So once you meet the mandatory list, you understand, you're not obliged to do the
like the old Nigeria.
Like I think it's Pat was talking about clothes and all of that, wrapper and all of that. The wrapper thing, if you have money, if your husband is rich, he can give wrapper to every woman, girl or lady in that family. But if your husband doesn't have that kind of money to throw away, he can select the adas, all the adas in the clan, and give wrapper. You understand? It all depends on what is permissible and what is mandatory for you to do. So if you go by that, look at the list, even as a woman, look at the list, ask questions about the list. Which ones are mandatory? Which ones must I do? Which ones are the ones that, okay, if the condition changes, I will do this other one. So when you find out all you need to know, you come equipped. When my mother did the first traditional marriage, she made sure that everything they asked for, she provided. You understand? She provided. She even gave wrappers to everybody that were listed for her to give wrappers. And even beyond that, she gave wrappers to other people that were not listed, just to make sure that everybody went home happy. Then on the second marriage, right? And they came and she said, no, it's not going to be like that. I've done it before. I'm only going to do what? The mandatory things on the list. You understand? The mandatory things on the list. On the third marriage, right? They came again, She said, no, I'm only going to give wrapper this time to the adas from the families. You understand? Instead of giving all the girls in each family, all the girls who have wrapper, you give to the adas. Those ones are what permissible. You can do that. So we should be able to. It's not when they give you list, you just go home and start suffering.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying when it comes
Ask
to that.
questions about that list. They have
No, but then, I understand what you're saying, right? Your mom's case, your mom was, I feel like your mom was blessed that she came from a family, she got married to a family where this nuisance of a thing or greed and wickedness wasn't the most people.
Yeah.
Some people are educated, they just share wickedness. Okay, let me give my case. I said it in my father passed away when I was 1. My mom was 22. She was in the university. The family came for everything my dad had. Even the fixed battery radio in those days, fixed battery radio, they took it away. This is me. When my mom was about to remarry, they made my life more miserable. Even on my mother's court wedding, they went and said to the judge that my mother cannot marry because my mother is married to your brother. My mother said in the Bible, if your husband passed away, you have the right to remarry, but these people were bent on making her life miserable. Now, that was then, they disappeared. I was like, my mother was married after 7 years because the difference between myself and my younger sister is 7 years. That was then, they disappeared. Now I'm 31. I got married this year, June. My mother told me, according to tradition, she cannot take my bride price. They have to go to my father's people. These are people who have not seen for 20-something years. They didn't even know if I died, if I drank water, if I went to school. But because of this same tradition.
She's a wise woman.
Yeah. I didn't refuse. I was mad at it. I was angry. But I understand where she's coming from as a mom. But she went to these people. The same thing they did. They brought an exaggerated list.
Yes, no.
Even my cousin from my father's side said, even with those people, when their own daughter was getting married, they did not think that kind of bride price for their daughter. But when it came my turn, after I'm in Canada, my husband is all of us
double, and that's why they're looking for that now. You can change dollar and then take care of it. That's why, sister. That's part of the reason.
I understand the fact that women should be strong, right? But sometimes the greed and the sheer wickedness push people to a point where, like, it was so crazy that even when my mom was telling me they were like, oh, Sarah had to bring her family. They had to bring the husband's family. They have to come and see us in the village.
See, when I talk like this, my mother didn't have it all nice. But like I said, she's a tough woman. Her ears are very tough, that she doesn't care what people said. Okay, let me give you an example here. When my father passed, it was just my mother with 8 children. Okay, the first 4 were in the when they went to the university. The first 4 university, last 4 secondary school, right? I can remember going to my village for Christmas until I was in my SS3. When we finished SS3, that was the time I went to the village. So we asked our mother, Mommy, why are we not going home for Christmas? She said she can't afford to take all of us home for Christmas. Because by the time she finishes the Christmas expenses, January and school fees are waiting for her. So for that reason,
January.
If you want to go, like the big ones, if they want to go, they will go and stay with grandma, you understand, in the village. But to pack all of us and go for Christmas, she never did it for many years. So when I was about 18, that we now return home, all of us, most people in the village could not recognize. They will call my sister my name and call me my sister's name. Meanwhile, we can come in between the months to the village because she was also running farm in the village. So when we go to the village to like see if they've harvested things for us so that we can bring them to the city, she will get women, they will do a gari, do all sorts of things. Then we'll now go to the village and pack all of them, do fufu, anything you can think of. She was such a busy woman, okay? So they will be seeing us when schools and holidays, we'll all go to Luda, harvest period. But for Christmas, this woman says she's not packing all of us to go for Christmas because she can afford not to pay school fees in January. Then 2 women in my clan, they took it upon them. So these are women. We're not talking about men here because we think men are the only wicked ones. No. 2 women, they took it on my mother. Why is it that she can't bring their children home? There was nothing unspeakable they didn't say to my mother. When I mean nothing unspeakable, my mother was like, she would just laugh and walk past. I should bring them for Christmas. Will you give me money to pay school fees in January? No. Even the men, we are not saying things. But the two women I'm talking about, they were sisters. And both of them were married. They're my mother's relatives, so from where my mother came from. Okay? So don't think they are strangers. They're not strangers. They are all from the same clan with my mother. And they were now married to my father's place. So all of them are from the same village. And they are all big sisters, if I will put it that way. There was nothing. They tried to make life very so miserable for her, but she refused to yield. She refused to lose focus. Because if she starts sucking, she will fall sick. And nobody will take care of the next thing. Will dispatch as house helps. But she refused. So when I say women should be strong,
really strong.
I mean everything I said about it. You should be strong
Very
with even
important,
your
though,
wisdom.
truly,
You should
truly.
get wisdom. If you don't have
your
it,
mom
ask
is
God to
one out of 1,000. Your mom is one out of 1,000. And maybe her husband family are not wicked.
Seriously.
Yeah, like I feel like
you
her
can say that
issues were her
husband
issue.
people.
Her own.
Your
the
mom
people
is
were coming for her. They were her own relatives. They were not the ones who were putting figure. Someone will make
you
your
can
life.
say that. You're so correct. I remember when one of our aunties lost her husband. You understand? She started crying every time. Every small thing they would do to her, she would come cry. My mother said, "You can't move your life on with this kind of situation. Sometimes grow deaf ears. Pretend as if you're not seeing your brothers, your husband's brothers. You understand? It wasn't just my mother. That woman could not endure it because she was living in the village. So if even those in the city, if they come back to the village, they will try to make life miserable for the woman. Her husband is the first son of the family. Apparently, in Igbo land, where I come from, the first son inherits the main house, right? But the man did not. They didn't inherit the main house. The second son took over the house. The next thing that one, she tried being fetish so that people can be afraid of him. My mother now asked my auntie, if you continue this way and die, what do you think will become of your children in this circumstance? If you don't know what to do, take wrapper and tie on your waist and be strong. Forget that girl. I'm serious. If your children survive tomorrow, they will build mansions for you everywhere. Forget that house. That house is just a material thing. Look for what you eat and how to take care of your children. The problem is that when we lay hold on things which are not relevant, we forget the things that are relevant. The woman went and started managing the small place she was living and forgot the main house that their overall father built. It was a very big house. Apparently, it's supposed to be her home because her husband was the first in the compound. But today, where are they? The son owned one of the biggest clubs in Lagos. When we talk about the Obi Kobadas, and then what happened today? He has built a house for the woman and built another one in Oka.
Wow.
So there are things we should learn to forget.
Sometimes people do things and forget that there is God.
I get this thing, sis, but what we're saying in the end is, now this woman lived through it. You understand? A lot of women don't live through it. You understand? Then secondly, what we're actually trying to do is
fetish for her. They will go fetish for her.
First is what is going to stop this kind of situations from happening in the first place? That is why we're against.
There is nothing that is going to stop it.
You understand?
Because stop it.
There is nothing to stop it.
Nothing can stop it.
The Bible. I believe we're all Christians here. The Bible said the heart of man is desperately wicked. So nothing is gonna stop it. We should stop wishing for things that can happen. Nothing is going to stop it. For the fact that you have a good soul doesn't mean the next person will have a good soul. So you only make use of what is available. If they've given you bitterness,
women just have to be
if they gave you lemon, turn it to lemonade. There's so many ways to run around,
but what I'm saying is,
from things.
For instance, now
like
you're in the abroad.
You understand? She's a practical of example. That her husband's brother, till tomorrow, she can't eat in the same place with that man. Everybody is trying to run away from that man. Because the man went fetish. When I mean fetish, not just small, not just the way I'm saying it. Practically, it was so bad. They started
just a material
over land. My mother said, "Forget land. If your children are alive, they will buy you land."
Let me drop something first, sis. This one nice to see. So Now, for instance, in abroad that you are now, in America, you can't, a woman who lost her husband doesn't have to deal with the husband's brothers collecting her property, their property, you understand? Because of all the legalities around it, you understand? But
If
even
she's a
if her
Nigerian,
husband's people are
she have to
wicked,
deal with them.
even if her husband's people are wicked, she does not have to deal with them collecting what is her own
Okay,
and needing to
let me
wait for her
cut you in
children to
here.
do for her.
Let me
You
cut you in
understand?
here.
Even if she's a Nigerian,
Rosie, let me cut
she
you
will
in. When you're
struggle.
saying
She
people,
will.
people in the US, are you talking about me or talking about the Caucasians?
The Caucasians, not
Okay,
like the
fine.
people.
Let me answer you now. Caucasians is you and you and you and you. How many yous did I say? Multiple yous. You.
You and you
So
and
there is
you
nobody
and you. That is
attaching
almost four.
anything to you. It's you and you. So if you marry, it's you and your husband.
You and your wife,
husband. You and your husband. There is no second person.
In Africa, if you marry, it's you, the husband, and the husband family.
Thank
No,
you.
I feel like it's because Africans we are more community based. That has been our foundation. They are not
It has
community
good
based.
sides to it actually, and also not so good
there is
sides.
nobody to let me
Hello,
tell you,
Stella.
Rosie, let's assume my kids are born in my state. No, let's say my kids are born in my state, right? I live in Minnesota. They are born in Minnesota. They finished secondary school or they finished high school. They went to another state in Maryland. They settled in Maryland. They've forgotten about Minnesota. Do you understand it? So their life has moved on. They don't really care about what happened to where their father gave birth to them. So it's them. Only one person. There are no two. If you look at it, we in diasporas, if we just use our money to be we don't care about people in Nigeria. We all be billionaires.
Yeah.
But because of our culture, because of our orientation, it's not me and me alone. It's me, my husband's people, my own siblings, my cousins, my community where I came from. We don't forget it. So you can't use two to like compare because they don't have a second. Even your witnesses on the marriage, they will say, okay, if he's not working out for you guys, you better have peace. Just go to the court and divorce. That's what
if they'll even tell you, they'll even give you restraining order. And just complain. They say, okay, they give you 4,000 meters away from your wife. That's already part of the divorce.
I'm doing great, Stella. Thank you.
So it's completely different. We are culturally orientated. We are kind of family. We are community. We are everything together, intertwined. We can't run alone. And for that reason, we have to find a way to
let me say something here. Let me say something pertaining to the question that Rosie just asked. This is actually my sister's reality. Now, her husband died. Maybe it's a video I will do another day. Her husband died 3 years ago. Her husband is from Kogi, where we are from, Cross River. But as I'm talking to you, they are still in court because the husband brothers, according to them, that whatever wealth the brother have, that is for them. It's not for the wife and for the children. That my sister should go and remarry. That my sister should go and remarry and give them the children. And my sister is like, we are from Cross River. We don't do like that. If your husband dies, your responsibility now is to take care of your children because you have 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. Since the husband died 3 years ago, they don't know how those children are paying school fees. They don't know how they are feeding. They don't know how the children are doing anything. But as I'm talking to you, they are dragging. They are dragging the properties. They are dragging. Short. As I'm talking to you, we went to court on Monday. The husband is late.
2 minutes. Matter with this one.
So in this our Africa right now, there are so many things involved. I don't even know how to say it because I feel for her right now because at a point she was crying. At a point to tell her, you don't have to cry anymore. You have to stand up. Damn the husband. Damn this. If you want to, you get it. Her kids are too small. She have twins, 2 and 9, and 1 is 14, and they have to go to the university. Even the house that the man willed to the child, the man knew his family. The man did not will the house to my sister. He willed it to his son. They said it's a lie. Even when the lawyer, they said it's a lie, that the property is their property. That is what they do in their family. So right now they've been.
My question: where is the property? Is it in the village?
No, it's in Abuja. It's in FCT Abuja. As I'm even this video, they've been in court for 3 years dragging property.
May
Drag
God
it.
deliver us from
See what we're talking about, right? The practicality of all these issues. Rose brought up this issue.
Huh? Ma, I didn't hear what you said.
I said, may God deliver us from poverty in-laws. Oh,
I don't know.
Amen.
This one is not a poverty.
Amen.
This is witchcraft. This one plus witchcraft.
Wickedness of
Plus
people are poor
witchcraft.
and they are kind.
you know, my
Half of the
university
property had to be
friend is
given
from
to their
Kogi.
mom because the mom carried the son for 9 months, and the son that died is the mom's favorite son. So in their tradition, the man were to go to the face. See, things are happening. If you did not hear people's story, you will not know. At a point, my sister wanted to just leave them and go. At another point, my sister was like, no, I will not. I will not. What will my, even the house the man left for them, the house I'm staying in, they said the house is their own. That the house, so this is a gist for another day. The thing is, I don't know if it's poverty mentality, I don't know if it's illiteracy, because I cannot say they are illiterate, because younger sister and younger brother schooled in the UK, they are fighting for this property.
The problem
So
I even have with this thing is the fact that some women actually, the people that are, as in, at the front row when they are maltreating other women, you know, this whole issue.
That's
I
the bad.
understand it.
Yeah.
I don't
the
understand
problem
it.
is women maltreating other women. So God just, I don't know if I'll say God will help us. That's why I keep asking Oyoyo, are you sure you are from Nigeria? Because we know what is happening in Nigeria now. They will even go diabolic
now
for
that
you.
You're talking,
They will go diabolic.
Now that you're talking, Pat, my niece just lost her husband last year November. The guy was either he was 41 or 46, and he's from Kogi. And my niece, these ones, they don't even know anything from culture. They don't know Jack. When I mean Jack, she has no clue about what culture, she has no understanding. She was born in Lagos. She ended up in Abuja with her husband. The husband is Kogi. Do you know the first thing that I did when the husband died? The first thing I did was to go and look for my university friend. So I looked for my university friend and then asked them to give me this man's village name. They gave me their village name. I started asking that girl, please tell me what my niece should expect. You understand? Let us know, because you need to be prepared. So the girl was, my best friend from university. She's from Kogi. She in fact, she will tell you everything you need to know concerning each tribe in Kogi, where to marry to. As a Kogi person, where to marry to and where not to marry, because they are very, very keen in doing things. They don't just pretend at all. So by the time I gathered all the questions, the only thing I said, okay, fine. She was like happy that, okay, she married from this place. The only thing we can be afraid of is if their people are not enlightened in mind, that means there will be problem. She wasn't talking about educated. If they are not enlightened, if they are the core primitive people,
they are not enlightened in the mind. Yeah.
But if they are not that kind of primitive people, that means she will not have any problem. But since she's the first son, and if she's since the guy was the first son, and if the guy is the closest to the mother, that's another hold. I don't know this closeness to their mother thing, just like you talked about. I don't know what it has to do with Mio that is just coming there to marry their son.
God will help us.
So it's kind of a very dicey situation. But the question I made mention before you came in here, before you get into any marriage as a young girl, don't just, I'm in love. Pause. Breathe.
Don't carry love and enter marriage.
Which
shine your eye.
Going to? Which family am I marrying to? What are their customs and their tradition? What am I bounding myself to? Because marriage is a bond. What am I getting myself into? Ask questions. Give yourself scenarios. What if the man dies? What if I die? What become of my children in my absence? Or what become of him? Those questions are the things young girls should ask before diving into marriage. Especially when you're not married from the culture you already know. We should always ask questions. They're very important.
Yeah. Thank you.
So people should not marry for love again, Abi. They should be asking questions.
See, if you like, marry for love and go and marry a sickle cell person, and you're a sickle cell person, that love go jump from the window. See, so there are questions you ask. Love. Before the love. So assuming I'm a sickle cell person, and I come to marry you, you're a sickle cell person, and we say love. then we'll be
By the time
fighting
you have
tomorrow
like
in the
4
hospital.
hospital runs, the love will just go down the slope like that.
Love will fly from the window.
The love will
Honestly,
just disappear from the.
immediately. See, I'm very realistic. I don't try to like pretend about it. My auntie, she's 81 or 82. She has buried 2 children while alive because they are sicklers. Okay, so when you're thinking about love, marry for love, first of all, pause.
About
Go
the
and do
future.
genotype. Secondly, ask question where the man is from before you jump in. There are things we can prevent before they happen.
Yeah.
So, my ladies, I
So
might have
young
to
girls
step
of these
down.
days, shine your eye, you.
Sister, shine your eyes, shine and better pass shine. If he means using spirit to clean the eye, well, cleaner.
I feel like not just shining, but it's prayerfully shining because of your in-laws can pretend with you, love you because their brother is there. Once their brother just cover one eye like that, they will show you the other side of red. You know that there's something like there's different shade of red.
People
There's
change.
so many
Just
things that come
just
with
prayer.
marriage. I guess you guys hear the story in the US. How a man will go and shoot the wife in the workplace. How they will do this. You will hear all of those stories. Those are real. Those are real things happening all the time here. The man will say, you frustrated my life since I married you. This, shoot the man, the woman, and shoot himself.
Yeah,
Those
I
are
saw one that
happening.
happened 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So before you get into a relationship, I keep saying it, young women, there's a video I did on my lifestyle channel a few days ago. For the young girls that want to marry the so-called rich men, they should plan things ahead of time. We're all reading in the story about Precious and Fanny Kayode for her being thrown out of the marriage without anything. If she was not thinking about something, it's a lesson for the young ones aiming to marry rich men. If you want to marry old rich man, fine, it's your business, it's your cup of tea, but don't come tomorrow crying. Go and get something doing with your life.
That's right.
Think about something that you can do independent of the man. Establish a business with your own name or even your brother's name or something. So that if
That's
the
why people can carry
relationship
that one.
backs up,
That is
move on.
your brother said we come and carry that one. Thank you. That one is another risk.
I'm telling you, this outside there, even your own blood brother, people, it is well. God will help us all.
But that's why I feel like that one is a family business. And if you go to court, actually, it is named there. So what will you now do?
Yeah.
Then you can do it with your own name.
Let me give you guys one gist. Let me give you guys one gist. A colleague of mine, she wants to marry. She's from Ekiti, and she said, according to their tradition, that before you get married, your family will go and find out the star of the person. The star is her mother now went and find out the star of the man. Yes, that they'll go and find out. They'll go and find out your star. That in Ekiti state, you don't marry anyhow. They must go and find out the star. Will the guy be rich? Will he be poor? Will he die on time? Will he die on time?
Can they check who be our next president for us? Can they check the star of Nigeria for us? The next star.
We are not serious.
Okay, we have a
So that's how they went to
Nigeria president.
That means they will go and ask herbalist.
So that is how they went to check the star of this guy, and she ended up not marrying the guy because according to the star seer, I mean, how did they talk him? The guy will die prematurely or in 2 years' time. So that is how they forget love. She said that's how they do in their place. That before you marry,
and it might be
your parents will go and find out star.
Wow.
Yes, it's working for them. But the boy's family will go and find out star. That even if your mother is a serious born again, your father is they will go and find out the star of that person you're getting married to. That was
wow.
It's you that is innocent, that you don't know anything about star. You just come and marry blindly. But them, they are checking star to check if you'll be rich in future. So don't even understand. And they call themselves Christian. And they critique 70% of them are Christian.
Honest, there's nothing you know here.
Hey.
Okay,
Wow.
let me ask a question. Did you ask the girl, or have they checked her own style if she's going to be a good wife?
I just know that she left the guy. She's not doing again. I was not asking her what did she tell the guy.
I have a question. So if it's a boy going to marry somewhere, right? Or it's a girl from that place going to marry, they are checking who they are going to marry. What about they themselves?
That's one question.
The other person will be checking for the person. This one will be checking for the other person. That'll be cross multiply. This one will be checking the girl will be checking the boy.
There will be a lot of single girls in that village.
Abby.
Yes, because they can marry
They should marry themselves.
Abby.
I think most times those kind of people will begin to marry outside their villages, outside their culture.
Yes.
Yes, most of them marry outside their culture. Because she's like right now, she doesn't want to marry. She wants to marry. She's saying sure she go marry white man that last because that is what happened to her brother too. They have to go and check star, blah 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 blah. I'm like, when Africa, when are we going to stop all this?
I need to see the star of Nigeria. That's my interest right now.
No, I know in Cameroon there's a tradition I know about that the girls are talking about. If you a girl, you bring a man for introduction. You know, even at introduction, they drink palm wine, right? If you bring a man for introduction, as long as they drink that introduction palm wine, there is no turning back.
I don't drink palm wine on my head.
Yeah, there's no turning back. Even if they know the actual marriage right and everything, there's no that as long means you have to do your findings well before you can bring somebody close to your house.
Let me say something.
That palm wine they drink. If you go to something, you're not coming back that, I don't want.
You all know these days we don't ask those questions. Those questions used to be very helpful. If you want to marry, they will go and ask about the family you're married to, whether they have madness in their place, whether they have epilepsy in their place, whether they have different spirit. They used to ask all about. But these days, young people don't care. Once they fall in love, they scatter the love. That's it. So I don't know which one is better. Is it
when they enter, there was young way.
That is, they used to make inquiries in Igbo land. They will make inquiries, ask about the family, but not star. We don't seek for stars. But you ask question, the family my daughter is going, can you tell us about the family? You're not asking the people, you ask a third party to help you make those inquiries. I remember there was a guy I was dating that time in Lagos. And because I was the only one, my mother is not in support. My mother was calling the guy gold digger. So I was on my own and I went to marrying the guy. I went to marrying the guy. So I didn't know who to ask. And the guy is from Abia State, so I didn't know who to ask to go and make inquiries for me. And I called my director on my bank, who happens to be our family member. And I called the director. Say, please, uncle, I know I hope I'm not going to be a bother, but I know you're going to do this for me. I don't have any other person. My mother is not interested. The guy said, are you out of your mind? You want to marry a man that your mother is not interested? I said, leave my mother, Jare. That I love this one. I said, okay, fine. Give me the name. Where are they from? I said, Abia State. He went and asked question. By the time he finished asking, they said the family poor. But they don't have a good man. But it's not that they are poor family. I said, I know. Is that all you could find? You know? So those questions are good. But at the end of the day, do they really want it? So after making all those inquiries now, my mother had already made up her mind and had told up my siblings about her own decision. So they were all standing in one group. I was a loner in my own camp. At the end of the day, they were just waiting for one single thing the boy would do. So everybody said, hey, I talk him. And the stupid boy fell prey. The moment the guy missed a step, and they said, hey, you see, that's the kind of person you would have married. When we tell you that elders will see something sitting down, children will stand up, they will not sit. Will not see.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes I had a situation like that. My mom told me, my mom was like, she spoke, I didn't listen. My mom took it to a place of prayer. By the time I was leaving that relationship, I left with you know how with my tail right between my legs. I left quietly, told nobody. After 6 months.
Absolutely. You won't even want to talk about it again.
Yeah.
It was as if it never happened.
He's fine. Everything he's fine. After 6 months, before I said it, my mom was like, sure. I knew it. But no, she said, my mom said, thank be to God. I'm like, what do you thank be to God? My mom has been praying about it. I have been binding and casting. I'm not been binding. My mom said, any guy that will be rude to your mother will be rude to you. My mom said, the way he was rude to me, I felt like, what about my daughter will be living under the same roof with him? My mom, even my uncle's wife, I think she's under the child. My uncle's wife, when I told her after another relationship, immediately she told me, she said, no, but I knew it wasn't going to work. Everybody knew. They were just putting behind, waiting for the big day to happen so that I can quietly wrap my tail between my legs and come back home like the prodigal daughter. Sometimes those things work.
I'm telling you,
sometimes because we're emotional human beings, we are carried away by emotion instead of our reasoning. So when we're in a relationship, when you are committed emotionally, so much that you're not seeing those red flags, the people around it are seeing it. Parable that my mom told me about doing that. My mom said, when you're in an African kitchen, where there's smoke, your eyes become used to that smoke. You're not seeing the smoke, but somebody selling outside for that kitchen. He's seeing the amount of smoke from that kitchen that's coming from that kitchen that you inside you are not seeing.
It's
so when
true.
you're in a relationship, all these things you're only seeing love.
You won't see anything.
Yeah.
My mother actually told me that the guy is a gold digger. I said, "Chai, Mama, this is a lawyer we are talking about. His future is very bright." My mother said, "Let that his future be going to another person."
Yeah. Sometimes those things work. I feel like everything right should be done prayerfully and look at it. If it's not biased, if it's not out of hatred, if it is, and sometimes just give it time. That's why I tell people, don't just be somebody when the emotions are still high, you're rushing to marry the person.
It's
give
true.
it time.
When I left that relationship, I was like, okay, in the US, I now moved to the US, and then it was one Haitian man came to ask for my hand in marriage. You know, I started crying. I cried and cried and cried. You know what I was crying, my sister? I said, so, and I'm not going to marry the people with juju, the headquarters of juju.
the one you love, they say it's good. I the one with you.
Juju headquarters, because Haiti, hey, if you know the history of Haiti,
well, they do that
without looking back.
Yeah.
The guy,
are you serious? Like, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
They're so bad. Met the guy in the US, he's an engineer, he works with the US Army engineering department. I was like, yeah. When he now said he's from Haiti, hey, I went home, man. I cried and cried. By the time I finished crying, I didn't talk to anybody anymore. I said, okay, I'm not interested. So when I finally married my husband, and how I married my husband was even a gist of another story. When I met my husband, my mother was the happiest woman on earth. Hey, this is not a better man. Not that poverty-stricken soul you wanted to marry in Lagos. I say, Mama, what is even wrong with you? For the fact that then I was working in the bank in Lagos, this guy was practicing. You know, lawyers now, when they start practicing newly, it's always very difficult for them to survive. You know, he was just struggling. I met him when I was doing my master's in Ibadan. We were both as classmates together when we went to do masters in law. So by the time I was finished, I said, what are you still doing in Ibadan? You're wasting time. There is no business here. Blah, blah, blah. I know the way girls will talk. I said, move to Lagos. He said, where am I going to? I said, I have a place. You can stay with me. You guys say, am I crazy? I said, okay, you can stay with me, but find a friend of yours you can stay with. So this guy voluntarily followed me to Lagos, moved in with his friends and all of that. He had no car, no house. So my mother bent on those two things. I said, hey, a man that has no home, he has no house of his own. He has no car, so your own car that he's driving. Tell me what will become of that relationship.
Yeah.
My mother dealt with me sincerely. He dealt with me, but I thank God.
You're happy now that you listen to her.
Sorry?
Yeah.
I think you're glad now you listen to her.
I am. I'm so happy because that my boyfriend will never tell you I'm sorry. And I didn't see it. I refuse to see
you know, when the scale falls off, you now begin to say, but the person was not all that, you know. You begin to see the things that
you know, I
realize
didn't even
they're
know
not
he
true.
was ugly. I didn't, sincerely. Let me tell you all the things my friends started telling me. I didn't know his head was big. My friends, they left me. Oh, so when everything now fell off, they were so happy. I say, you people are all witches. So none of you, someone of courage to tell me the truth, right?
Before you
I was
say they
fooling
don't
myself. You come to my house every weekend because my friends now we're singles every weekend. Now my house they go do Friday, Saturday, on Sunday morning. Everybody will dispatch. I say, you people come and eat with me, dine with me. Nobody had the guts to tell me, say this your guy ugly or the head big.
Tayo, they say the most difficult people to advise on earth. There are people who listen to their pastors and a lady who is in love, so they could not advise you. Anything they say that time would be waste of energy.
My dear, I'm really
before
happy.
you know, even become the enemy.
That
is why, like, if you see cases
they
now,
start cast and binding. Enemy of progress. They even have a boyfriend. My boyfriend
in Nigeria, you see somebody say, you know, they put mask for husband and wife matter because
which husband and wife who pay bride price?
Somebody will come and say, help me. They broke my teeth, though. My gum left my
they
mouth.
They use your name to settle scores for
After
evening.
2 weeks, now come and say, we settled our scores. We found
love. They use your name to settle scores for evening.
The heart was
and you guys know the irony of it. This is 12 years going. The guy is not married.
Oh, wow.
That's so bad.
Maybe you were the one that he was waiting for.
No, he's the most selfish human being I've ever known.
Wow.
Sincerely, but I refuse to, because of one thing good that he did. That was what made me I made up my mind based on that. I zeroed on that. But like I said, you know, sometimes you learn from your own mistakes.
Yeah.
And I thank God my mother was very seriously opposed the whole thing. And I thank God the way it worked out. I believe it was just the will of God, because left for me, I would have had it otherwise. Yeah. So when, like I said, when you think, okay, love, pause. If you can't pause, let there be somebody truthfully that will tell you the truth.
Yeah.
If you have that person that will tell you the truth, you know, it will help you redirect your path and take you in the right direction. That's just the way I look at it.
That's true. Wow. That's true. Because most times, when you now even go and share with the person that this is what this person said, the person knowing that this is who they truly are will now turn you against the other person that spoke ill of them or that just tried to make you see the lights.
But you know, the irony of it, I wasn't like that with my friends. I would just tell him, that guy is not serious with you. Don't waste your time.
Maybe because maybe they thought that maybe they did not want to offend you, or you know, people are not. They did not want to offend you.
Maybe it was when I got married, all of them started talking and saying whatever I say, all of you people all have opinions.
Funnily, if you had ended up with that first person, they would have all aligned and just manage and just keep up with the
with the whole show, right?
Yes.
No, and just keep on managing. So you can't even say they are true friends.
Maybe not so. Maybe they just try to. Maybe they felt like, okay, if you are happy, then we should be happy for you. You know, it's like sometimes you are with somebody and maybe one of your sisters don't really like the person so much, but they see that you're really happy and all that. Okay, if she's happy, let's be happy for her. That kind of stuff. So maybe that was the case.
It could be. You might be right there, but sometimes happiness is relative, honestly.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. It is. True. Because in my relationship, the guy for one day never said he was sorry for anything, and I didn't even look at it as anything. But it's a big deal. Yeah. When I hear a relationship expert on this Whitey talking about all kinds of relationships, I say, so if somebody saying you is sorry is a big deal. But it has really, I've learned so much from my husband in the sense that this being sorry and then saying it out doesn't just start when the person is an adult. You start teaching a child when the child is 1 to hear, 2 to say, I am sorry. Yeah. My husband started with my first daughter. That one will not go to and take something without asking. Mommy, can I have orange juice? Can I have water? Can I have this? They must ask. And when they do something, he made sure the girl understand, I have to say I'm sorry. So with that kind of thing, if you bring up a child with that kind of thing, the person will not, it won't be anything, it won't be difficult to say I'm sorry. But most people in Nigeria, how many times have our parents told us they're sorry on all of that? So it becomes the way of life.
Yeah, and it becomes like when they offend you, sometimes they don't say it, they can act it but not verbalize it. So it just becomes like a cycle that keeps on going.
It was until I say this my husband, maybe because he has lived overseas for many years. You understand? I think that's why he has a different lifestyle. I've never seen that in my life, even when I was in Nigeria, until I got here and met him. And I saw that life can be it can be different. Yeah. People can actually apologize, can just do some certain things that when I hear these relationship experts or non-experts, YouTube relationship professionals.
Hello, Be Unique. Welcome to the live.
When I hear them talk about it, you think it's something big. Host, I have to leave you. I'm giving you 3 hours.
You've been amazing.
Yeah, 2 hours amazing. Of my
this
time
one is today. Me. I use live stream. I'll just start it. Thank you so much.
You have a wonderful day. I believe all these people that came in, a lot of them stayed for a longer time, more than 15-20 minutes. So they gave you enough time on your watch hour. It will really add up. And I've been looking also to make sure just one person or 2 people gave you what is it called, emojis. If you can, if you're doing another LS, you can just pin it on your live stream. No emojis, no numbers. You understand?
Okay. And I actually even do that on people's life. I didn't know that it was not.
Yeah, it helps reduce your watch hour eventually. If you have a lot of it.
Okay.
But you don't have much. You just have 1 or 2, which is fantastic.
Okay.
So let me leave you, sweetheart. All the best. Keep rolling. Your topics are so interesting to discuss.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You have a blessed day. I had to leave my house. I came to my car to talk so that nobody will see, because
thank you so much.
We are home working in the house.
Oh yeah, holidays is Americans take Christmas seriously, so I know.
My dear. All right. Ciao.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
you.
Love.
Thank you. I'm grateful. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, guys. Welcome, Be Unique. How are you doing? How's your day going? How was your day, Be Unique? Guys, keep coming. Yes, Be Unique. Thank you. Welcome to the live stream.
Thank you.
How are you
Good
doing?
evening, everyone in the chat. I'm fine.
Good evening. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm doing okay.
I saw your topic. I said this topic here.
We're actually like 5 people on the screen talking. Like I've not even talked so much that I don't be listening. This is the kind of live stream I used to like. I will not talk so much. I don't be allowing people to talk.
So the topic is really interesting.
Yeah.
Which marriage is the legal one, right?
Yeah.
Whether the traditional one, the white wedding, or the court marriage.
Yeah. When we talk about this was considering the whole thing going on with the Ikoyi registry. Now that they said all the marriages that will happen, that were contracted there, are no longer valid because. So now everybody
I think it was in Ikoyi. Okay, not in Ikoyi. I did my court marriage. No, not in Ikoyi. I think I did mine at Ejigbo. Yes, I think in Ejigbo. Yeah.
Okay, well, better for you, because all the marriages that happen in Ikoyi now, they are saying that they are not valid. So that was what made us talk about it, because a lot of people were just joking online and now saying they are single and all that stuff. So
Nigeria no go kill me. Nigeria, our wahala, eh? No, only God go help us. We know they fear God. Nigeria know they fear God at all. One day, no day that passes that you will not hear new thing. Wait till happen. No only what come. That country, I tire.
We plenty.
Haba. One day, any day that passes, you must hear something. You cannot sleep without going. We cannot go to bed without bad news. Nigeria, eh? Okay, Ikoyi, all those people that do the radio. Do you know when Ikoyi this thing? So all of them, even those ones that did not do marriage blessing, as in wedding, so they are not married. Hey, what are they?
No, they are married in traditional marriage now. It counts. So that's what we're asking. Like, which one is when is it legal? That's what
traditional marriage is a traditional something, and it is well recognized. As in, when you're traditionally handed over to your husband, that means that was where they pay your dowry. So, I think traditional marriage is well recognized. No, the wedding is a physic. Wedding is a physic. Come show yourself, show what you got, show your whatever you want to show. And it's also necessary because you're taking your marriage, you're presenting it before God, and you're asking God to come and take control. The same thing as traditional marriage, because then the elders there will come out.
Sorry, let me say something before you continue. When you say presenting it to God, I think one thing that some people tend to forget is the fact that the whole marriage thing happens when the Reverend Father or the pastor like blesses us and we exchange rings, you understand? And the funny thing with that thing is that it can actually happen in your pastor's office. Two of you can walk into jeans and t-shirt and actually go and get married. So sometimes people feel like it has to be big, white gown and everything, but you can actually just go to church. Pastor will do his thing and people are done. You're married.
That's what I'm telling you. That the first time I said it's a fizzy. That wedding is a fizzy. They just want to show themselves. A fizzy. So this one will say, I want my wedding to be big, to be pronounced, the whole world. The minister's daughter, the minister's this. All this is a waste of money. I don't see people when they say they do their marriage very big, very pronounced. After 1 week, I call for see fight. This fight, why they tell you now 1 week, now they take a divorce. That one is easy. The thing there is that traditional marriage is well recognized, and that is where your dowry is being paid. And that one is the one, the whole world. They don't pay your bride price, you are married. Because if the man did not pay your bride price, they are not married. Well, even if you do your a busy wedding, you are not still married because your bride price have not been paid. So the traditional marriage is well recognized. And that to me is the main marriage. For the wedding, everybody won't do a fizzy. Me too, I do a fizzy, I do wedding, I do course, everything together. It's just a fizzy, but the one that the whole world recognizes.
You make sure that you fill out the register.
Is that traditional marriage? In the court only. Court is necessary, very, very necessary for our home. Let me come to that one. Let me explain that one, because all these men that their brain is doing goes. So anytime that their brain will start goes, you can use that court for fight, at least you get something for yourself and for your children. Because sometimes if you're not married in court, you can't get anything from him. When you divorce the marriage, you lose everything. And think of these men, they can be wicked, though. They can be wicked. Look at like this Moroccan wife of Nedwoke. She left this man empty-handed for 10 years. She has sacrificed her life with this man. 10 years of her time just wasted, and she didn't come out with anything. I didn't think she was married to the man. She did court marriage. At least if she and I court go they handle the matter now. You understand me? Court go they handle the matter. The man must drop because she can't go empty. 10 years of my life with you, and I will go empty. I lie you. So
that's true.
It's necessary. So, my dear.
The only thing they hold on to is that maybe they have children for him, and maybe he'll be paying child support or he'll be giving money for the children.
Even if the lady takes Ned to welfare, if Ned refuse to pay, you know, say now for Nigeria, now who get mouth? Now they hear his voice.
Yes.
Now who get mouth? Now they hear his voice. As that girl is, maybe she no get mouth, she no go get godfather. Who go hear her voice?
Yes, and she's not even a Nigerian self.
And she's not a Nigerian too. And she don't do court marriage. It's only that her court marriage that can speak for her, because I know after your court marriage, the registrar will just carry the court marriage certificate and give to the woman. It's the woman's own. It's your weapon of warfare. It's not canon. It's your weapon of warfare. They will give it to you to hold it. In case if the man do any goes back, you give her that goal.
Yeah.
So that one also is everybody need that one.
Yes,
for future sake, in case if anything happen, at least if not for anything, for your child, mom will be taking care of the children, pay you something.
Yeah.
Yes, for you to take care of that children, because if anything, sometimes I keep wondering this love when they profess to us that I love you past my head. If without you, my head will fall down. Small time, how did this love even die?
Life happens.
How did that love? I take that. That's the question. I keep asking this question.
People evolve.
But you know one thing that baffles me is that when this love dies, you see the other person will be trying to harm you.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Like why can't everybody just go normally, peacefully? They want to destroy whatever they built.
Oh, it's terrible. Seriously, it's terrible. It's terrible. And they wonder how that love they take that. But all the same, marriage is an institution where God don't make for us. He said, make we enjoy ourselves with the marriage. But these days, the marriage is not working as God takes plan of it. So many things are happening in the marriage. And then if you're inside the marriage, you just have to endure. You just have to wear endurance as clothes. And I keep saying it. I always say it. If the marriage is not violent, it's not life-threatening, you can work it out. Your life is not threatened. It's not an abusive marriage. It's not violent. You can work it out, because you cannot tell me that all those characters that the man is displaying, that you didn't see it. You saw all those things, but you choose to believe that you can change the man. You choose to believe that you can bend him and form him and do this and do that. Do him the way you want. But it's not possible, because it's difficult for a human being to change. A human being can only
grown-up human being like that.
A grown-up human being cannot change. He can only adjust if he wants to adjust. The one where you want to adjust. Not the one that is not interested in an adjustment.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. It's very, very difficult. So I keep saying it, if it's not life-threatening, they know they threaten your life, and it's not abusive marriage and all that. You can work it out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Your mic is mute. Your mic is on mute.
I'm trying to talk to their mouth. They're making noise too much.
Okay. It's children. They don't know what is live stream.
So that's it. It's well.
It is.
It's well.
It is. Thank you so much.
My dear, that emoji. You see that emoji. You see that number that they're talking about. It's not it's nothing. My dear, is nothing. If you check on YouTube, their terms and conditions, there's nothing like don't use emoji. Have you gone to Philippines? Their live stream. You will see plenty emoji, plenty and numbers. That one don't mean anything. When I was this for my watch hour and my self, they will tell you it's no good, this and that and that. I went to one LX and I decided to eat. The woman showed me the terms and condition of writing. There is nothing like that there. Who said we are just the one putting up all those things, right there.
I guess everybody's just trying to be careful.
No, it's not there. There's nothing like that. Their own. If you go to their terms and conditions, read it, you won't say anything like don't use emojis. So they put that emojis there for you to use it. Numbers, you use it. It's just we putting it. It's what I believe. It's just we putting it.
I guess it's just people trying to be careful now to avoid. You know how you finish a live stream, maybe you have 30 hours after a live stream, and you wake up the next morning, you see 27. So you just try to blame the tree that went up on anything.
Normal. When I was for my watch hour, they do me. I wake up like this. I will say I have 500. When I wake up, I will see 500. They do me. Why do we take
to just be asked? I don't even understand. Like you do, even the subscriber count is to go up, to come down, but it's okay. What I tell myself is that when it gets to the number it wants to get to, like when it gets to where it wants to get to, 1 and 2 will not matter. So for instance, somebody who has 10,000 subscribers is not angry with that one, does not even notice that 1 or 2 left. You understand? Unless it's like a round figure. It's like maybe you got 4K or you got 1K and you wake up and you see 998 and you feel bad that okay, it has reduced. But by the time you now get to like 3,000, this thing, 3,500, 3,800, if you have 3,802, when it goes back to 3,800, you just be like, okay, no wahala. Let me keep on moving.
I had them 1,000 something. By the time I wake up, I saw 996. Wow. I became angry. I was so angry. I left everything. For 1 week, I did not do anything. I said, please, these people, they're on the what's happened?
I think YouTube can make somebody feel that kind of way. But one thing that I do that actually helped me, or that makes me not really bother about these numbers anymore, as much as I want my numbers to increase, even though I feel like they have not been very fast as I expected, but it's okay. I feel like something can still happen. But what I do is, like, if I'm going to sleep in the night, in my head, mentally, I just minus like 3 from my head. So when I wake up in the morning, because normally my bananas does not reduce so much, maybe because of the way I get my bananas, you understand? I try to get, like, I don't go and start harvesting banana everywhere. Do you get? So it does. When I heard people say that they lose 10, 20, it's only once I've lost 10. The beginning time when I said it, I lost like 8.
I lost 80. I lost 80 in a day.
Wow.
80.
I'll just start crying now.
I left YT for 2 weeks.
As in,
for
me, like, I wake up in the morning, I just remove 2 or 3 from my head mentally. So when if I had I had 321 as at this afternoon, I looked at it during my life and I have 318. I didn't even shake. I was like, okay, they are taking their 3. So I just don't break my head too much about it. As long as this thing.
It's painful if you're working, no? You just want to get there. And there are these people, they are just bringing you back. It's painful.
I know. I
vanished from YT for 2 weeks. I just vanished so that I can cool my head and come back again.
Yeah, it's very important though. Nigeria, where you're spending data, like, for instance, this live stream I'm doing now for almost 3 hours, the data that you would have spent for this live stream, trying to do this live stream, then watching videos, uploading sometimes you want to upload a video and you know how many gig will leave your phone from trying to upload a video. So that's why most times people that are in Nigeria are wanting to get to that threshold easily, so that even if it's small this thing, they start seeing it out, they want to relax and be okay, building their channel gradually. they can now relax and be building the channel gradually. Yeah. Or if it's small money they are getting it, even if it's money to buy data from the money White is paying, you know that okay, White is paying for the data you're using. It's just less stressful for Nigeria, for people in Nigeria who spend plenty money on data, but it's okay. It's the hustle. We have to put something to get
But
something. That's what I just
another
think
thing,
about.
you don't need them or too much LX. If you have like 20 to 30 hours, I think it's okay. Just
Yeah, I think for my right now, my LS is plenty. But the thing is that at this point, I think I enjoy doing LS. You understand? I enjoy it. So, but what I do now is that before, when I started initially, I was doing like, I think 4 times a week, 3 times. Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, I was doing like 4 to 3 times a week before. But now, for like about a month, I've been doing only on Wednesdays. Maybe once in a while I might add 2 times, but I'm not doing as much as I used to do before anymore because I have hours that if somebody wants to run me, the person can run me. But in Nigeria here now, you cannot be doing this and running yourself again. I just feel like it's a waste of. You
No,
understand?
to me, you don't need to do too much LX. 20 hours, 30 hours LX, can give you that 4K. Can give you more
That's
than that
somebody's
4K.
running you.
If it's somebody is running you. What you will do if you have somebody over here, I will check you out this night. I can run you maybe for 50 hours.
Okay.
It's just somebody to run you. You don't need too much LX. LX they spoil house. If you enter my house, then when I don't know all these things, the easiest way to do it. I was doing LX, my dear, nothing was adding. I'm not gonna lie you, nothing was adding. But when people, I'm a little Whitey believe that if people from different parts of the world, is running you, that means you're doing something. That's what they believe. Yes, if people from different parts of the world, America, Canada, Saudi Arabia, all these places, UK, all these places, Italy, all these places, if they are running you, they believe that you're doing something. It acts very fast. You see, when you wake up, you get in a week, you get like 500 watch hour. It adds very well. But this LX, my dear, I do LX. I not go lie you. You know, add anything from you. It was when I started this running of a thing that within 1 month I got monetized.
Yeah.
So
The thing is that sometimes, like right now, people are helping other people like do the whole running them. So, everybody is like busy now, like trying to run somebody who is maybe close to them or people that, so it's just how many people will run you or how many, when you have one person that say, okay, they will run you, somebody might be interested to run you, but person can run you for a while and not, just a
no,
lot.
not
But what I
that.
plan to do is maybe when I'm
Not
done, when I
that.
get monetized, I might put some of my LS on private. You understand? Maybe.
You putting it on. You have to cash out first before you can put it on private. You have to cash out that first time before, because all those LX you got getting monetized. So before you can put it on private, like mine, they are still there. I'm not putting them on private because I'm not cash out. I have to cash out first before you can put it on private.
Then I'll leave them now. Let it be there. It's part of my channel history. So when somebody wants to come
Yeah.
and see how I cook, person will see it. But I'm not even doing plenty LS like before. Like right now, like I said, I do LS only on today is Wednesday, so I do only on Wednesday. So I do like once a week. I'm
Okay.
doing once a week, and so at least anybody, I have a 20-hour playlist. I have a live stream playlist. I have an all video playlist. I have playlists like that has different videos. So
Okay.
welcome.
I will check your this thing out.
Thank you.
But I'll
Thank
be
you
doing
so
it
much. Where you stay? Where are you?
Italy.
Okay. People are plenty in Italy.
I'll be doing
Italian.
weekend for you.
Oh,
Because
nice.
weeks,
Thank
I'm
you so
using
much.
the laptop weeks, but weekend, I'm sure I can be giving you, when I put here, at least I can give you 40 hours.
Oh, thank you so much. You see? Now, my monetization is smelling. Is this my
Don't worry, you'll get there. Just hustle for
Yes,
it.
sir.
If it's the watch hour, you can talk to. Don't close your mouth. Just talk to people, especially people
Yeah.
that in here. We understand that Nigeria. I know how much why they spent to buy data for my mama, old woman. She will tell you her. That's now. I go to wonder how you take the woman, how you take the one, and I'm now I take here the wonder. So we understand that Nigeria, anybody that is doing this YouTube from Nigeria, seriously, they sit down and they cry for now. I can't wonder the data, how much you guys spend in buying data to do this.
It's
Seriously.
crazy.
It's
And
crazy.
the 1 month subscription can finish in 3 days if you don't even in 1 week.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome, Silver Rose.
So
Welcome.
don't close your mouth. Anybody just say, please, my playlist, just help me out. I was doing it that time, just say, even me, maybe I can be, rolling myself, but it doesn't work like that. When people roll you, it add more.
Yeah.
I see the evidence, they add more. So just be telling me, please, I have my playlist. You can just run me. If you don't talk, let me while just say it out. You see somebody else, okay, I will roll you,
Yeah.
If this person run you, this person is adding.
Yes, adding. That's true.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you. Silver Rose, how are you? I saw your share. Thank you so much. See, my baby girl is now sharing. A community member. All these people get community now. Well done. No, you're not sharing. Silver Rose, congratulations on your community.
Just try to get to 500. You have your community. They don't do them 500 now.
Yes. So
And if you're working on your WH, if you're working on your WH, your sub too. Your sub the day difficult when you get your WH. So you have to be working on that one too. That's why I'm telling you that if you can be talking to people, especially people that is the diaspora, anyone that just even if it's 20 hours, this person 20, you can get like 20 people, 20, you concentrate on your sub. You concentrate on the sub. But don't close your mouth. Just please that everybody here have a laptop. Everybody have a laptop and them. So just even if it's 20 hours, the person will run you.
Yeah.
That one will add more for you. Seriously. Then you save this your data and use it to be, for your sub.
The data set, this data now, for instance, if I do a live stream, I can get up to like 30 hours on my live stream. Do you understand? For one day. Even if the money you use for live stream sometimes to upload a 10 minutes video, do you know how much it costs for uploading a 10 minutes video? That might not even give you as much hours. Do you understand? So sometimes even live stream is even more beneficial, only that it's stressful. Like you are sitting down here for long. But like I said, I enjoy, okay, like see now I'm gisting with you. I like that I'm gisting with people, you understand? So since I learned StreamYard, I've not been using my webcam, I'm using StreamYard. I like StreamYard because people can come and we gist.
People can
you understand?
come
It's like enough, winding up for me. You get? But if you're uploading a 10 minutes, 12 minutes video from here, 15 minutes video, the money that they are going to cut is even going to be more than most times a 3 hours live stream, because right now the live stream from the laptop webcam, the video quality is lower, so it will cost less money than, let's say, your 4K video from your phone. You understand? The quality of your shorter videos are higher, so it will be more expensive to upload. So it's almost still the same thing. You can upload a 15 minutes video and they will cut up to like 3 gig, 3 point something gig, sometimes 4 gig, 50. As in, how much is a 4 gig? How much is 4 gig data?
No, wow.
It's not even funny. And you now be begging people to watch the video.
That is it. When I came into YouTube, I thought I did 2 videos, just make a video post, and then 1 million people will come and view you. That was my thought. Seriously.
you be shocked.
Ah,
It's rewarding anyways.
I didn't
It's
know that
rewarding in the long run.
I didn't know that white tea is this stressful. Seriously,
It is so.
nobody explained to me. I'm telling you, had they been they explained to me. I cannot come on because me, I'm not
Exactly.
telling you,
I
I'm
think
not
that's what most
anything
people
that
say. Like,
explains to me.
now, the fact that you are here now, you now feel like, okay, let me achieve what I came here to achieve. So you don't want to leave anymore. You understand? It's easier that you did not even know about it, but now that you know and you are here, you'll be like, okay, let me get to the end of it.
That is it, but it's stressful. Yeah.
It is so. It is, but just look at how the kind of
It's very
amazing people
stressful.
that you meet on the white streets, amazing people share. So you just use that one at home.
Seriously, I have met so many people,
Yeah,
amazing,
amazing
loving
people.
people.
Like I was just saying,
And I
like
tell
how
you, when I
kind.
wanted to back out, when I said I'm tired, I can't do it again. That day, I think it was that day that Whitey took 80 from myself, and they also reduced my WH
Can you
more.
imagine?
I just said, I tell myself, I don't do again. And I remember the amazing people, lovely people I've met
Yeah.
on this Whitey. I just sit down. I have everything. I say, you see this to where I start, I must finish it.
I think
Would I
somebody
be here?
was saying in one live stream that she was that for her that at this point, even if it doesn't work, that she's just here for the relationship at some point. Like
I'm
even if it doesn't work
telling
again, like
you.
yeah,
At
there are
some
people that she
point,
has
that was
met
what
here.
me I'm thinking about it because I met amazing people here. Forget, I met a lot of them. I'm just happy. Anytime they have, I prefer live stream. I'll just come there. I will laugh. I'll call them
That's what
talk
I'm
about this.
telling you now. For me now, live stream is not
Everybody will
like
laugh and
it's not
go.
like
There's joy it brings. There's a kind of joy it brings to me. I don't know for another person. I enjoy
and
it
like
too.
before I used to use my webcam. Now I use this stream here because you can come video, you can even talk voice call. So it's not like more fun. It's more fun
Seriously.
now with this stream yard and all these other video apps.
That was when I came in. Lucy inside, Divine
Oh yeah.
Okoronkwo. And what's her name? You people were just gisting. I say, see, like, they see all of her like.
Yeah, so you understand. Sometimes you just start a topic and the topic will
Yeah,
change. You talk about another thing, just start talking. Like everything just becomes, everybody's just talking and gisting. So live streams can just become very much interesting sometimes. That's why most people just still do it, even though it's stressful and it's longer hours. You realize you just come and you just have fun with it. So yeah, that's just it.
yeah. Oh,
Okay, welcome. Give a thumbs up for the host when you come around. You can join in the chat if you want to.
close
Okay.
that.
Didi, Gisty continue. Yes, so we Gisty continue. Welcome back, Didi. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, Didi?
First, I'm signing out. So let me
Oh,
go and
thank
feed
you. Been
these children.
amazing. You guys. See,
But I'm
this
still in the
almost 3 hours left.
background.
I've not even talked for 30 minutes. People have just been talking, and I like today's one. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, Didi. Thank you. How are you? Didi? Compliments of the season. Compliments of the season. Okay, B. Okay, okay, Didi. Okay. No, if people like Nigerian calls. Every time I receive a call from Nigeria, people just stay and you're waiting for our call. Because I just hear waiting for our call all the time. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It makes you remember home. That's fine. Thank you so much, V. Thank you so much, Didi. Yeah. All of you that have done your Christmas trees are ready for Christmas. Pat, you're here. Welcome back, Pat. Welcome back. Now, no tell me. Oh. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Welcome back, Pat. Who wants to come and talk? Oh, let me rest for 2 minutes. Oh my God, oh. Hey, party, don't prepare for Christmas finish. Everybody's ready for Christmas. Pat, I thought you have traveled to your village. I mean, that video you made, was it an old video? I was telling you that you went to the village earlier. The video you posted, is it an old video or you traveled? Pat, I don't tire. Somebody help. Somebody help. Oh my God. I thought you traveled to the village and I saw you in Abuja today selling market. I've been at old videos. Which one is which? Where are you now? Abuja or your village? Okay, okay. I was gonna say, Pat don't already go village. Make she go see her people. I said, you went to the village earlier. Ah, that's okay. I enjoyed the video. It was straight to the point, like, you know. And I like that people were actually excited to make the video with you. You understand? Not like you were begging them or anything. They were actually excited to do the video with you. They were excited. My son does not even have my time today. Like, for how many hours I've not carried him. Okay, yeah, you said okay. You said your leave was over. Yeah, okay, okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. At least you've had fun now. Don't be by force to travel for Christmas. Right now, sir, the whole road will be so. See how I'm talking as if. Hey, Abuja to the people when they see camera, Bio. Abuja to Calabar. I think Calabar is one of the most stressful. Okay, no, not Calabar. Cross River State is like very big, and Calabar is at the end. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Calabar is at the end. Like you have to pass. You'll be in Cross River State for like how many hours before you get to Cross River? Like so, I can imagine how far Abuja to Cross River is. It's a very long distance. Very, very, very long distance. What? No, not waiting. If they prepare go that kind of journey. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like sometimes when you are thinking of the stress, you look past it, and like I always say, for almost everything in life, you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. This is the YT work. This is the YT work. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. Nothing is given to you on a platter. Nothing is ever given to you on a platter. So you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. Oh my gosh. That's the link, guys. If you want to join in. Let's come and give me come and say hi. Hey, my baby finally came to say hi to me after how many hours? After how many hours? Say hi. Say hi. You finally came to greet mama. You finally came to greet mama. I was begging you now. I was begging you to come and greet me. Refuse to come and greet me since you woke up from sleep. I said, please come and talk to your mommy. You refuse to talk to your mommy. Hmm? Mwah! I love you too. I'm in Port Harcourt, Didi. Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Say Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Say Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Say it. Say it. Yes, so he's here. Since almost 3 hours. He started sleeping before I started this live stream. Since he woke up, he refused me to. No, they suck again. He don't suck finish. He refused me to carry him since he woke up. So I've been begging him, come let me touch your body. Oh, yo. Come and greet your mommy. Oh. You refuse to greet your mommy. You refuse to greet your mommy. Hmm? Papa. Yes, so. Oh, Silver Rose, you came late, though. But I can talk about it anyways. If anything you want to talk about, you can always add it. See, I will be here for almost 3 hours. People were, in fact, I did not even talk too much today. Oyo's World was here, Pat was here, Irene was here, Victorious was here from the beginning till almost 2 hours plus. They were talking about the matter. Me, I was just listening. I was just listening. Hey, you see, Rose, you are late. 5 people discussed the issue fire by fire. As in, I was just looking like this. They were discussing the matter fire for fire. I don't hit mama. Tell me sorry. Say sorry. I tell people on the lights can say bye. Say bye. Say Merry Christmas. Say Merry Christmas. Say compliments of the season. Say compliments of the season. I'll come into that. Bye, Papa. Ah, here's this boy's shoe. This boy put his shoe. Yeah, where is back? Tell me bye. Say bye, Mama. I'll go to the bed. Yeah, bye. Talk to you later. Bye. Bye, baby. Oh, my dear. He's well, let me go, mommy. Go. Where are you now going to now? Stay and be gisting with me. See, there's a link if you want to join and gist. There's a link. One more. It's almost 3 hours. Oh gosh. Maybe. So it's okay. Do funable. Where is SARS Road? I'm asking my husband where is SARS Road did you because I don't know where is SARS Road. She said she lived at SARS Road. But the thing is not in Nigeria now. My husband say if you dey go airport, if you pass Elios, go reach Ikwere Road. Then what? Then go right, begin dey go airport. Did we describe you? I don't know where SARS Road, but I think I've been hearing of SARS Road on that my. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, I didn't know you used to stay in Port Harcourt, did you? Nice, 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 nice. My dear, I'm in Port Harcourt. I don't know SARS Road. Leave me. I don't. I don't know SARS Road. Like not like maybe I've passed it, but not know that that's what it is called. Like not like I've not gone there or something. Obviously, I've passed it, but I just didn't know that it is SARS Road, and you know. Ah, I didn't know that that was SARS Road. Yeah. I think it's a very popular place because people are always talking about it on that Instagram page I follow. You guys, yeah, all my people. Today is unlike. It's been good. Welcome, welcome to the live stream. Your girl is Tiger. Your girl is tired. You guys. Everybody's ready for Christmas now. It's beginning to feel like Christmas. It feel like people who live abroad, people don't get to travel to any place. Now, people just maybe go visit family. If you have family members there, do you travel? Do you come together and stay in one house or something? How do people do it? Christmas in Port Harcourt is just there. It's just it's just there. I think it's just the way it is in your house. It's just there. Nothing really is happening. Everybody is just there. Everybody is just there. Where do you stay, Didi? Where are you? Okay, 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 okay. It's going well there now. They like Christmas a lot, so it's going well. People are having fun and getting into the spirit of the holiday spirit. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I think I'll just end this live stream here because I have a lot of stuff to still do. And it's with face mask. I was watching somebody's video. The person was I don't know. It just feels like maybe people who are vaccinated, they still wear face masks a lot in the Igbos abroad? Because I feel like a lot of people are in the malls these days, are in places and nobody's wearing face masks. I don't know. I see a lot of people in places without face masks. We still wear face masks here in Nigeria here too now. I think if you want to be careful, you still wear face mask. Like I still wear face masks in the market, when I go to the market. If I'm going to a crowded place, I always still wear face masks. I still try to wear face mask. But people don't wear as much as people wear there. Sha. I don't think people wear as much as. Welcome to the live stream. Give the host a thumbs up, please. Now they wear Abi. That's good. Now I feel like it's safer now to keep safe. If that's what they say will make us safe. Better to be safe than sorry. So you just wait very soon. Hopefully one day we'll hear that COVID is over because to definitely come and go. To definitely come and go. Thank you guys so much. It's been an amazing, amazing live stream. And yes, I would like to take my leave now. So guys, thank you so much. So if you watch this video after now, I hope you find it interesting as we had a very interesting conversation. Yes, so please subscribe to my channel if you haven't to subscribe. Omicron and the rain now. More names upon names. It's just so much. Yes, TDO, yes. Almost the same time in the UK too. So yes, European countries, it's so easy to relate with you guys. It's almost the same time. Yeah. So that's so good. I'll just, if I don't see like 7 people now on this live stream, I will stay. So if you're coming, I want us to gist. I can change my mind though. If I see like 7 people like this now on this live stream, trust me, I'll change my mind. We're looking for the WH. The hours are very, very important. Hours are very, very important to a WH person they fight. Yeah, una see WHO, make una cut soap for me. Oh my gosh. Oh, Whitey hustle. Whitey hustle is not easy. Mm. Oh gosh. Everything is like a hurdle. So if I say see their phone now, if I see 8 people, that guys, that's the link. If you want to call in, you can click in the link and call in. You don't have to show your face. You can just call in like a voice call, and I will let you into my beautiful mansion, and we go to talk. See, this is a sign. Oh my gosh. I normally don't say exceed 3 hours of live. Oh. I'm not. Didi, have you not seen my me that has 300? My sub is not even up to 500. I have 300 something sub. My channel is not monetized. Oh my gosh, is it looking like it's monetized? Oh god, this looks good on me. Oh. It's not monetized though. We need hours. We need bananas. We need everything. We need hours badly. We need bananas too badly. So, but we're doing well. It's not monetized though. We're not monetized, Didi. So yes, so Didi, we are still on the road to. I go for LS, so I go to people's LS. I go. I'm always on people's LS. So. I go to LS. You know that now. If you can even go to LS, if you give somebody return will be another wahala. Sometimes people return, but people return actually. People return. So I go for LS. So like today, I think I've been on like 4 LS today. I was on Alimatu's LS. I was on who's LS again? Um, what's her name? I was on like 3 to 4 LS. Even yesterday, I was on Josie's LS for hours. So yes, I used to go for LS. I go to good LS. I go. I don't even know, Steph. I feel like the hours are the thing that is. I don't know. I feel like it's much. So it's okay. Yes, I have a playlist, Didi. I have a playlist. I have playlists. I have plenty playlists. Sef. Like you go to my channel, there's playlist upon playlist. There's 20 hours. There's one that has all my live streams. That one should be up to 40 hours. In fact, some of my live streams I've not even put inside playlist sef because I have a live stream playlist that is actually very long. I have a 20 hours playlist. I have all my live videos in one playlist. Then I divided my live videos in I have all my videos in one playlist. I also divided the videos into three too. So I have different playlists, different numbers depending if you I think there's 3 hours, there's 4 hours, there's 10, there's 20, there's 40 hours, there's plenty hours. I've been going on live for over a month, for almost 2 months now. In fact, there was a time I was going on live stream like 3 times a week. I think that was when I was trying to get when I started live streaming newly. I was going on live like 3 times a week, but now I reduce it to like once a week. So yes, I have playlist. I have something in my playlist. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, yes, yes. You will definitely. You will. There's plenty. There's 20 hours. I think. Okay. There's. Let me check what I named it. There's like right now I'm on my channel. So for my playlist there is the one that is 10 roses is 10 hours. 10 roses is 10 hours. Then these live videos are all my live videos, 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, and it has 19 videos inside. So that one is even plenty. Then the one that has all my videos, that one should be up to should be more than 20 hours. That one should be more than 20 hours. So yes, it's something to run. Thank you so much, Didi. Thank you. It's been trying to. Did it rain? Did it rain this evening? It's been drizzling, Abby. That got rain. It's been drizzling, no. I was even surprised that the network did not even disturb me, self. Network has been nice. You guys. Oh, thank you so much, Didi. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for staying with me. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I didn't even rest this afternoon. I gotta go. Probably will have a long day tomorrow, so let me run. Let me run. Thank you so much, Didi. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything. Oh, I'll run some hours for you tonight. Thank you so much, Didi. Thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll see you later. I'll see you soon. Let me run. Let me go. Maybe it's still very calm. I don't want him to not get cranky. Thank you so much for coming. So I'll see you in my next one. Okay, so go first. I don't like to leave people on the live stream. So when I see zero, no eyes looking at me like this, I'll just go. Oh, thank you so much, Didi. When you go, I'll end the broadcast. So I don't want somebody to be here and I'll end the broadcast. So bye. Thank you.